A lovely day in Cleveland, 75 degrees. They say there's a 15% chance of rain, but clear skies right now as we get set for the Week 3 matchup between the Raiders and the Browns. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, our CBS crew. Browns won the toss, deferred. It will be Raider football. Travis Coon's kickoff will be brought out by Taiwan Jones. Popped as he reaches the 23, so we will see the Raiders offense led by Derek Carr from the streets of Bakersfield. Fourth quarter last week, throws his first interception of the year, then bounces back to lead the game-winning touchdown drive. Says he wants to be that kind of quarterback. Calm, steady, clutch.
And that's what he is. I mean, it shows just in meeting him yesterday and Saturday. I've been around him in training camp. Yes, it's his second year, but he acts like he's a 5-6-year veteran at the quarterback position.
Those weapons that Chris talked about, Crabtree and Cooper. Marcel Reese in motion on first down. Derek Carr, quick hitter to the outside, wasting no time, finding Amari Cooper. Let's take a look at the rest of Bill Musgrave's offense. Center Rodney Hudson, major free agent signing from Kansas City, the fifth-year pro out of Florida State. Latavius Murray at running back, uninvited to the compound, finds sixth-round pick, back up in his first 2 years. Now the Raiders featured running back. Cooper dropped the first two balls that were thrown to him last week. That's his first grab on the first play from scrimmage for the Raiders. Latavius Murray is wrapped up and dropped for a loss immediately.
Armani Bryant off the edge. Armani Bryant, you'll see him here coming off your left side of your screen. But he has truly been their best pass rusher. He pops on film when you watch him through the first 2 weeks. And that was a nice play by him there. Hey, the one thing I'm just seeing here, the first two plays right away, Carter, Cleveland putting a lot of people in the line of scrimmage. We're seeing man-to-man like we thought on the back end. Continue to watch this matchup you see right down here with Amari Cooper and Joe Hayden down here. That is going to be where it's all about today.
Fargo's play action on second down. Incomplete at the sticks. Knocked away by Tramon Williams. Take a look at Jim O'Neill's defense for the Browns. Nose tackle Danny Shelton, 12th overall pick in the draft, trying to shore up the league's worst run defense. Carlos Dansby, second leading tackler. Deshaun Gibson has the Browns' only INT of the season at free safety. He helped finish off that sack, led by Armani Bryant. Third and 12, opening possession for the Raiders.
This is where Cleveland is very hard to prepare for. They do a lot of different blitzes on the defensive side of the ball.
Picked up on third and 12. Carr delivers again, and it's Amari Cooper again for a Raiders first down.
Well, you can see why this kid is special right off the bat. He's a refined route runner. Hey, Joe Hayden did a pretty good job at the line of scrimmage there, but Cooper, hey, this kid's a superstar. There's really no other way to put it. I know he's a rookie. I saw him in training camp, and I walked away with my mouth wide open, basically saying, I've never seen anything like it. He is a Marvin Harrison, Steve Smith type of wide receiver. He has Hall of Fame attributes.
The fourth overall pick. Carr on first and 10. Gives to Murray again. Go back to that comment on Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame attributes.
He's not your normal rookie. First of all, coming out of Alabama, he acts like a third or fourth year pro already. You talk to teammates, the coaches, the way he is a true professional. But yes, the route running, the explosive speed, the quickness off the line of scrimmage. You'll see today, if he gets the ball, the first guy almost will never tackle him. He is unbelievable in space. If he can stay healthy and this offense can keep going, he's going to have an unbelievable career.
Roberts goes in motion on second and 8. Screen drops. That's an incomplete pass intended for Seth Roberts.
Yeah, just, hey, the screen game this day and age in the NFL, it's another way of almost run, toss, sweep. Just trying to get your offense in a good position for third down. But here we are. This is going to be an interesting thing all game long. Third and long. This is when Cleveland, like we said, they like to dial up a lot of exotic blitzes. Can Derek Carr and this offensive line handle that? This offensive line, not great in the run game, but great in pass protection. And you can see here, look at all the people at the line of scrimmage. Who's coming? Who's dropping back into coverage?
On 3rd and 8, picked up again. Carr delivers again to Cooper again. Amari Cooper takes it inside the 25. Another 3rd down conversion. Carr to Cooper.
Well, you can see who Derek Carr's looking for early on. This was actually really good coverage by Joe Haden. There's not too many people on the planet can cover guys like Amari Cooper man-to-man all game long. But that was a phenomenal throw, and then there you see Amari Cooper after the catch. It's special, man. It really is. It's as good as I've seen coming out of the NFL draft in a long time.
Biletnikoff Award winner is college football's top receiver. Named, of course, after Brett Biletnikoff, the Hall of Fame Raider. On 1st and 10, Latavius Murray inside the 15. Murray shakes his way to the 7. 1st and goal Raiders, but there's a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense. 281. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Cleve Blakeman's our referee today.
Well, I think there the interesting thing is Cleveland is lucky there's a penalty there, but this has been an issue for the Cleveland Browns defense. It's these runs on the edge of their defensive line between the tight end and the tackle, or the outside part. That's where they were hurt against the Tennessee Titans last week. Cleveland's big in the interior, not necessarily big on the edges. I think it's something to watch out for here all game long if Latavius Murray can get on the edge and expose this Cleveland defense.
Roy Hulu Jr. lines up behind Rivera, who then motions back to tight end. Carr. 1st and 20 complete. This time it's Michael Crabtree inside the 20 again for the Raiders.
The thing that jumps out to me, and Michael Crabtree is a phenomenal number 2 opposite of Amari Cooper. He got size, good route runner, got maybe the best hands in football. That's how good they are. But the thing I'll say too, you can just see the confidence of this Oakland Raiders offense. After last week, what they did to Baltimore, that was a big stepping stone for them. And it's carried over right here into week 3.
Jack Del Rio says it was validation of the confidence he thought the team already had. Take the screen. Carr rolling, bring it right back, complete inside the 15, inside the 10. That's Roy Hulu Jr. who sets the Raiders up for 1st and goal. No penalty flag this time.
And really, it's a screenplay, but that was a great play by Derek Carr and Roy Hulu Jr. This screen should probably be out here. You can see the blocking, but Cleveland was all over it. Hulu adjusted his route. Derek Carr, very smart there as well, gave him a chance to catch it. And this is what Hulu does. He's a good 3rd down back to add a little incentive to the passing game.
A game-winning drive last week. Last time Carr and the Raiders offense had it. Opening drive. Murray stuffed on the right side for this Browns defense. Mentioned last against the run. Big challenge for the Browns.
Yeah, and that's why they drafted Danny Shelton at the nose tackle position, was to help that run defense out. And we talked to Mike Pettin about it yesterday a little bit. It's been sometimes schematical issues, sometimes players just getting beat one-on-one, and other times just good plays by the offense. But since the Mike Pettin era has started here in Cleveland, stopping the run has not been their strong point. They were the worst in football last year as well.
2nd and goal. Amari Cooper back in the game, bottom of the screen. Carr, hands off. That's Murray. Just inside the 5. So 3rd and goal coming up on this opening drive. Armani Bryant makes a stop.
3rd and goal. They're inside the 5. Really, they can call anything here. I expect them to pass the ball, but I wouldn't be shocked if we saw some type of creative game plan run. But the big thing is, let's see what Cleveland does as far as the secondary is concerned. Are they going to give Crabtree or Amari Cooper a one-on-one chance to go up and get the ball?
Well played the drive. Carr, rollout, incomplete, intended for Michael Crabtree, left it high with Tramon Williams in coverage.
It was very good coverage by the Cleveland defense. Nothing was open for Derek Carr. That's the big reason. He's looking to his left first. They had a little 2-man route combination. Cleveland was all over it. He tries to buy some time, and he makes a safe throw. There's no point in taking a chance here early on, first drive of the game. Let's get 3 points and just get started off on the right foot.
well within Sebastian Janikowski's range, I'd say.
Yeah, I would say so. I think he could make one from Oakland from here.
From 23, so it's only the second time this year the Raiders offense has taken it into the red zone and didn't put it in the end zone. Josh McCown and the Browns offense gets the football next. 3-0 start. Raiders on the Browns. 13 plays over 6 minutes, 27 seconds. Ends up in the Sebastian Janikowski field goal. 3-0 start for the Raiders on Mike Pettine's Browns. Janikowski's kickoff. Sean Brown at the back of the end zone will take a knee. Josh McCown and the Browns will take it from the 20 when we come back. Josh McCown, the native of Jacksonville, Texas in Cherokee County, 4 years ago was starting quarterback in the United Football League, now in his 9th NFL stop. Browns have made it clear that he is their starting quarterback. McCown will hand off on first down. Isaiah Crowell stood up after a gain of only 2. Let's take a look at the rest of the Browns offensive starters. John DeFilippo's offense. Left guard Joel Bitonio playing between Pro Bowlers Joe Thomas and Alex Mack. Bitonio may soon join them. Andrew Hopkins could be the beneficiary of the extra attention that Travis Benjamin is drawing in 2015.
No, we got 5 up.
Empty backfield. Crowell motions out. 2nd and 8. Josh McCown tipped, flag down. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, and they're going to get pass interference on DJ Hayden, it looks like. Or at least a defensive holding. Something over the middle there.
Prior to the pass, holding. Defense, number 53. 5-yard penalty, push down Cleveland.
That was Curtis Lofton, I was wrong. Nonetheless, I think the other thing to watch out, just as you saw in that last play, man, this Oakland Raiders defense with Khalil Mack and Aldon Smith coming off the edge, that pocket collapsed in a hurry right there. They got a chance to be maybe the best pass rush combo in football, or at least to be up there with the Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware conversation.
And yet 0 sacks.
It's unbelievable.
2 weeks. McCown handing off again. It's Crowell. Again, not much there. On first down, let's take a look at the Oakland defense. Ken Norton Jr.'s defense tackled Dan Williams, Oakland's free agent acquisition from Arizona in the middle, former first rounder. Aldon Smith signed just prior to week 1. He will line up all over, hoping to get the Raiders' first sack of the year. TJ Carey, big shift in the secondary. Carey moves from corner to safety to try and bolster that position. Nico Tharp starts opposite at corner.
Yeah, big move, and they needed that. They needed some help at the safety position since Nate Allen got hurt in week 1.
Play action on 2nd and 9. McCown with pressure coming in, incomplete. And it was Mack who had McCown wrapped up in the backfield. Flag down.
Holding. Offense, number 72. 10-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Well, there you go. I know they got no sacks, but they're all over the quarterback all the time. They're unbelievable. There's Khalil Mack on the bottom of your screen coming around the edge. Aldon Smith up top. And, sacks are a little bit of an overrated number. You can see they're just disrupting the quarterback the way they do. Play in and play out is almost just as effective.
So you don't put much stock in the fact that there's 0 sacks right now for this year?
No, I don't. I'm not worried about it. Like I said, it's about disrupting the quarterback. And I think Jack Del Rio told us too. He'd like the coverage to be a little better on the back end to give them that extra 1/10 of a second to get to the quarterback.
Woodson playing single high safety on 2nd and long. The outside to the tight end. That's Gary Barnidge. So that means that Johnny Manziel is on the sideline as the backup again for the Cleveland Browns. What is next for Johnny Manziel?
Well, just continue on the route he's on. He definitely has improved himself, his work ethic, his approach to the game. He is more professional. Coaches told us that. Players told us that. The play has gotten better as well. Just be prepared week in, week out. This is a crazy league. He'll get a chance again.
There's an opening on the Verizon commercial. Josh McCown on 3rd and 8. Punts, dumps, immediately wrapped up. Malcolm Smith drops Duke Johnson on 3rd and long.
Well, they're trying to set the screen up here to Duke Johnson all along, but Aldon Smith, hey, this isn't his first rodeo on the right side of the screen. He rushes the quarterback, but realizes it. See him get in the way of the throwing lane, and good job by Josh McCown just holding it an extra second. Hey, that's a tough situation to be on against this Raiders defense. 3rd and long with those 2 pass rushers. I understand the play call completely.
Opening drive punt. Andy Lee, the wealthier pro out of Pitt, 4-time All-Pro. That says he is most definitely a weapon. At the 25, shaking across to the 30-yard line. That's Carey. Mingo makes the stop. Derek Carr and the Raiders have a 3-0 lead, and the football next. The Cleveland Browns and Oakland Raiders join the NFL and all 32 clubs in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. As part of the celebration, the Browns presented Valentina Moxon with the NFL Hispanic Heritage Leadership Award before today's game. Valentina is the academic superintendent of SIG schools in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. For more stories about Hispanic pride and culture from around the NFL, visit NFL.com/Hispanic Heritage. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, 1st and 10, second drive for Derek Carr and the Raiders. Rivera goes in motion, maybe too much motion on 1st down.
Ball start. Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Last drive, extremely impressive way to open the game, but it was the Amari Cooper show right off the bat. Little quick fade, then the great route, the ability to make something happen after the catch. Got down in there in scoring position, didn't happen. Derek Carr was smart, and they got the field goal by Janikowski.
So how happy are the Raiders with the 3-0 lead at this point?
Well, all this talk about we haven't won on the road, you know, Jack Del Rio, he reminded us and said, that wasn't our team. That was last year. That was the year before. So it has nothing to do with it. And I think he's exactly right. Listen, I'm an ex-player, and I lose sight of that fact at times because I'm a fan now and watching the game. But, yeah, when you're in the NFL locker room, this is a new year, new team. And last year's woes have nothing to do with Jack Del Rio and the way this franchise is right now.
Since 2012, only 2 road wins. One of them November 2013 at Houston. The last road win for the Raiders franchise. But Gibson gets the tackle for loss on 1st down. Ball from the shotgun, 2nd and 15, slant. Amari Cooper again to the 35.
That's why I circled it before the snap there. This is going to be an ongoing theme because this guy is going to be impossible to cover all day long. This is the defense they play, and Joe Hayden's one of the best corners in football, but this is a tough task. And he's going to have some balls caught on him as the day goes along.
Impossible to cover Cooper at this point, even Hayden?
Yeah, yes. I don't think some of these top-tier receivers in football, some of these defensive coordinators are being a little unrealistic right now, I think, in asking their corners to run around with the Julio Jones and the Amari Coopers of the world and think they're going to cover them all the time. Top of the screen.
Carr pressured on 3rd and 6, delivers incomplete. Flag downfield intended for Michael Crabtree.
Yeah, they're going to get Pierre Desir here for holding. And it was a good hold because he was in trouble.
Prior to the pass, holding, defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Smart defensive holding.
Smart defensive holding. That's one you'll take. Crabtree was running a little what we call a corner route in the NFL. And you'll see it coming to your left side of the screen here. Either way, Derek Carr, great job by Latavius Murray, great job in the pocket, but he had him beat, and Pierre Desir did a good job of holding him, making sure that completion didn't happen. That could have been 6 points.
Instead, 1st and 10 from the 40. Carr is going to hand off again. Latavius Murray. He is shoved back immediately by Craig Robertson, the 4th-year pro from North Texas.
Well, I don't think, like we talked about a little, I don't think this is where you're going to make your money in the run game against this Cleveland Browns defense. You know, big Danny Shelton in there in the middle. He's going to make a mess of things. And like we said a little bit in the opening, Cleveland has had issues stopping the run on the edge of their defense. We saw the big run by Latavius Murray early. It got called back. If I'm Oakland and Bill Musgrave, offensive coordinator, I try to attack the edge of this Cleveland defense in the run game.
2nd and 10, and starts straight up the middle again. Same result. Murray dropped by Bryant to make it 3rd and long after 2 unsuccessful runs between the tackles.
Well, here we go. Randy Starks does a good job beating Gabe Jackson. And then Armani Bryant cleans up the mess. 3rd and long. Derek Carr has been very good so far. And you know who he's going to be looking for. Number 89, right on the bottom of the screen.
Instead on 3rd and 11. Batted away, incomplete, intended for Crabtree.
Pierre Desir once again. Same route we just saw him get holding on, basically. Desir, he's a talented kid. He really is. He's got good size. He's a good matchup for Michael Crabtree. 6'2", can disrupt you at the line of scrimmage. And really, Crabtree was open there. Derek Carr's got to let that ball go a hair earlier or put a little more pace on it. That should have been a completion.
Desir rather defensive holding, but a smart defensive holding earlier knocks that one away on 3rd and long. Marquette King had a 70-yard punt last week. The dangerous Travis Benjamin from the 15, shaking his way out of bounds at the 20. So matchup number 1 in that punt game goes to the Raiders. Josh McCown and the Browns, 2nd drive next. The donut chose, and I guess that is raspberry melba that you dip it in. I don't need Anthony Bourdain to explain what raspberry melba is, but
the donuts are good enough. I don't need to dip them in anything.
No, nothing. Josh McCown, 1st and 10, almost picked. Dropped by DJ Hayden.
DJ Hayden man-to-man on Travis Benjamin there. Basically trying to run a, what we would call in the NFL a skinny post. He's going to take 7 steps, hit that 7th step, try to go in. DJ Hayden was all over it. He was inside him before the break. That's on Josh McCown there. He's got to be careful trying to squeeze that in. And again, I'll say the collapsing pocket is making Josh McCown having to throw the ball a hair earlier than I think he would like.
So the pressure is getting there from the Raiders.
It definitely is. It's at least affecting the pass game of Cleveland.
15.
Out of the eye, Duke Johnson. Cut back, slips, so only picks up about 3. Hayden will get the credit for the tackle there. Let's look at the keys to the game.
Yeah, well, we're seeing it. Oakland's offense, hey, continue to use Crabtree and Cooper because they're going to get a lot of man-to-man. The defense, hey, let's sack the quarterback this game, get one on the board. But Cleveland offense exposed the Raiders secondary. They've struggled against the pass. We've talked about they've yet to do that. And then the defense stopped the edge runs. We haven't seen Oakland really try to run the ball on the edge of Cleveland yet, other than a penalty that was called back. But like we've talked about, it's been an issue for this Cleveland defense.
12 yards total offense for the Browns. So 3rd and 6. McCown pressured again, delivers on 3rd and long. It's Brian Hartline, the 7th-year pro from Ohio State. Glen Oaks High School, the local favorite.
Yeah, definitely one of the local favorites. Just a talented receiver, got better size than people realize, 6'2", 6'3". This was a great job by Josh McCown, just hanging in there in the pocket. It's about a 12-yard curl route. And finally, Cleveland gets a 1st down. Rest your defense, get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm.
Here, hey.
Duke Johnson takes it on 1st and 10, and he is dropped as soon as he touches it. Khalil Mack.
He's unbelievable. He really is. Joe Thomas even said it to us. Joe Thomas said here to us earlier in the week, he's the best defensive player he played against last year. He is unbelievable run game and pass game. There shoots the gap. Tight ends can't block him. So I do think it's part of the game plan. You got to stay away from tight ends being one-on-one. He is a true man-child, as I would like to call him.
Focused on basketball in high school, so lightly recruited from Florida, ended up at the University of Buffalo. 1st round pick in 2014. McCown pressured again, and he'll drop it, and there is the first sack of the year for the Oakland Raiders defense.
Not the guy you would expect to get the first sack, Ray Armstrong, who used to start at the Sam linebacker position, but now Aldon Smith starts there. Cleveland was really trying to run a little fake runaway screen to the backside, but Armstrong was in the way. McCown couldn't throw it, and then he gets the nice sack.
Ray Armstrong, first sack of the year,
Man.
for the Raiders.
From the U, played safety in college a little bit at the University of Miami. Now he's playing linebacker. He's a good little player, great in pass defense.
This is the end of the first period.
3-0 Oakland on Cleveland. You're watching the NFL on CBS, home of Super Bowl 50. Your weekend starts with Thursday Night Football when Big Ben and the Steelers match up with Joe Flacco and the Ravens on CBS and NFL Network Thursday nights. 3rd and 14, first play of the second quarter. Josh McCown has Duke Johnson with him in the backfield. McCown pressured again by Mack, delivers. Barnidge makes the catch, but short of the first down.
Yeah, there again. That's why sacks are overrated at times. You see the pressure that affects Josh McCown a little bit. He can't sit there, wait an extra second for maybe somebody else to get open down the field.
Curtis Lofton makes the stop. McCown 4 for 5 to begin, but Andy Lee on to punt for the second time for Cleveland. Well-year throw from Pitt, Andy Lee. It's it at the 37. Carey, fair catch, grabs it at the 12. 3-0 lead for the Raiders. Derek Carr and Oakland get the football again next. Never miss a moment of football action with the CBS Sports app. Every play, every story, every highlight, right as they happen. Download the CBS Sports app now. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, 3-0 Raiders on the Browns. Derek Carr, play action on 1st and 10. Time to throw, called downfield, knocked away. Intended for Michael Rivera. Dante Whitner, the strong safety in coverage.
Nice coverage by Dante Whitner. But again, you'll see it. It's man-to-man a lot of the time with Cleveland. And Dante Whitner's job there was to cover Michael Rivera. Did a nice job of that. And Carr made the appropriate throw. There was nowhere to throw it. Give your guy a chance.
3-0 Raiders, but it feels bigger than that at this point.
It does. They are certainly controlling the tempo of the game right now.
Flag down, maybe a timeout before the flag.
There is no foul on the play. Prior to snap, timeout Cleveland. This is their first timeout.
Substitution issue there, and Mike Pettin not happy about it.
No, definitely not, but better that it happens here in the second quarter rather than the second half. But yes, there was 12 men on the field. That's why they had to call the timeout.
Ednu celebrated his 49th birthday on Friday. Second-year head coach of the Browns. Well, the Raiders trying to get Latavius Murray involved. 7 carries for all of 1 yard.
Yeah, and it had this biggest run of the day called back with a holding penalty, but it's not this kid's fault that they have not been able to get the run game going. He is truly a talented back. They have not opened up a lot of holes. I don't care if, it's Jim Brown or Marcus Allen back there. They wouldn't have rushed for more yards than he has right now. They just got to get this run game figured out. Like we said a little earlier, they pass protect great here in Oakland. They're just not great in the run game quite yet.
Give it right back to him. So the 8th carry, trying to get to that magic 15 number as Murray takes it to the 19 to make it 3rd and manageable. Xavier Cooper on the stop.
He's truly a physical specimen, Murray. He's 6'3", 230, can really run, and I really think he's got big-time potential. They just got to continue to work on this offensive line and open up holes. But here we go, 3rd and short. Definitely a favorable position for the Oakland Raiders offense.
Out of the eye, play action. Carr, incomplete. Amari Cooper the target again, this time dragging. First time Cooper has been targeted and incomplete.
Yeah, and I think Derek Carr here, he had time. I thought he could have thrown it to the front side to Seth Roberts, but nonetheless, I understand this. This is the second read for him coming across the formation. Cleveland was ready for it, and Dante Hittner, as I like to call him, there on the spot.
3 straight incompletions for Carr after the hot start on the opening drive. Marquette King hits it at the 14. Not his best, so Benjamin has a chance. Shaking from the 40. Benjamin flagged down as he gets near midfield. The explosive Travis Benjamin, 78-yard return last week.
We are going to get holding on the Browns. But that is the punt that Jack Del Rio does not want. He told us that specifically. I want hang time so my guys can get down there. Let's get the call from the referee.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 51. The 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. First down, Cleveland.
Benjamin on offense with the Browns when we come back to Cleveland. On Tuesday, Cleveland's Craig Robertson and K'Wan Williams visited a local elementary school and hosted an NFL flag football clinic where they took on a role of phys ed teachers, coach students during the event. The clinic, part of the NFL's Play 60 movement, which encourages children nationwide to be active for at least 60 minutes every day. So for the first time since 2007, Josh and Luke McCown both starting on the same day. Only the 4th time it's ever happened. Josh talked about the perseverance that both he and Luke have shown to be in this position in 2015.
Yeah, it really is impressive. I mean, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, basically the last time they made the start. Shows you their work ethic, shows you, like you said, their perseverance. But both guys are talented. I played with Luke down in Tampa Bay for a number of years. He's a great guy. You might have seen him on the new Verizon wireless commercials, which are funny. And Josh was really good, too. He goes, we made a guy that was not funny, which is remarkable in itself. But good to see it. They're good people, and they got a lot of talent as well.
Older brother Randy played at Texas A&M as well.
Yes, I played against him. Yeah,
Jacksonville, Texas.
Right. You can see the Saints with Luke McCown at the helm. They're winning, beating Carolina Panthers right now, and he's having a very good day.
Josh McCown on 2nd and 6. Deep shot incomplete. Missed Barnidge trying to target the tight end again. It's Charles Woodson in coverage, and Woodson a bit slow getting up.
Yeah, well, he's got that banged up shoulder from week 1 against the Bengals. But yes, Charles Woodson, first ballot Hall of Famer, awesome guy, stud of a player, whether it was corner or at safety, Heisman winner. To be playing safety at his age is truly remarkable. 18 years in the NFL just tells you his love of the game, his work ethic in the offseason to keep his body in tip-top shape.
Second leading tackler this year, even with the shoulder issue.
Cleveland takes its second timeout.
And you can hear some impatience growing with the Cleveland fans in this offense. And now total yards only 40. Johnny Manziel is on the sideline. Can Josh McCown get the Browns going?
Sword!
Out of the Browns timeout. This is 3rd down for Josh McCown. Slant incomplete. The Browns will punt again. Charles Woodson knocks it away, but there is a flag down.
They're going to get Charles Woodson, I think, on some holding here. This is a tough call.
Also the intended receiver.
Oh, no, it looks like they're going to call offensive.
Pass interference. Offense, number 84. The penalties decline. Brings up 4th down.
Well, good to see it. You know, offensive players do get away with too much. It's so hard to play defense this age in the NFL with all the rules against you. I thought they were going to call Charles Woodson for maybe getting his left arm on the receiver there when he broke the ball. But you'll see here at the bottom of your screen, it's a little contact with both. There's no doubt. But I think it might even happen a hair before that. with a push-off from the tight end.
Rulebook says they have equal rights to the football, but that's rarely the case.
Yes, rarely enforced.
Andy Lee. That's Cooper. Amari Cooper with the punt return, shaking his way to the 20. So Amari Cooper getting involved in special teams as well. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Doing JB, Tony, Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cower for all the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as preview that Thursday night matchup on CBS and the NFL Network. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report.
I'm interested to see what's going on around the league. Some good games, some good matchups. This matchup's pretty good here, though, right now. Oakland was in control early.
5-3.
It's kind of evened out right now, and it's really up for anyone's game at this point.
Only 3 on the board. That was the opening field goal for Derek Carr and the Raiders. Flea flicker. Carr from the 10. Complete. Crabtree. Flag down as Crabtree hauls it in at the 34.
They're going to get Amari Cooper, looks like, down the field.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 89. The 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Back-to-back plays from scrimmage.
That's like never happens this day and age in the NFL. But trying to set up the flea flicker. Amari Cooper's trying to act like he's going to block the safety so he can run the post over the top. You know, I don't know about that. Don't throw the flag at all. That had nothing to do with it. They just run into each other. I don't get that. I don't get that penalty call at all. I really don't.
Back-to-back offensive plays. Offensive pass interference. One for the Browns, one for the Raiders. Pressure coming on 1st and 20. Another flag. Motion on the line.
False start. Offense. Number 86. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Tight end Lee Smith.
They haven't put themselves in great positions to start a lot of these drives. They overcame it in the first drive with some big third down throws, and that's why they got 3 points. But ever since then, first down has not been real friendly to the Oakland Raiders, and now you're, of course, first and a mile here.
Carr won for his last 4. On 1st and 25, Latavius Murray only gets to the 9. Let's check in with JB and Tony for an update.
Carter, Andy Dalton having quite the half.
Yeah, he's run for a touchdown. And look at this ball. That ball is on a rope. That's a laser to Marvin Jones, 16 yards. Cincy all over Baltimore, 14-0.
Ravens have never started 0-3. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims.
Thank you, JB. Latavius Murray gets the handoff on 2nd down and takes it to the 15. Jordan Poyer there on the stop.
Big thing there is Cincinnati's for real this year. I think everybody needs to recognize that. I'm not shocked that they're going to go into Baltimore and possibly get a win.
Andy Dalton ready to take the next step?
I do think he is, and I think they're ready for him to take the next step. It's no more coddling Andy Dalton. It's, hey, you got to go out there and get it done this year.
There was an opening drive field goal for the Raiders here in Cleveland, but 3 still on the board, and the Raiders facing 3rd and long.
Play clock's running low here. Raiders might have to call a timeout.
Carr trying to hurry him. They do get the snap off. Derek Carr, check down. That's Murray. Across the 20, gets to the 25. So still short. That was a first down, but Carr just takes the check down, and Dansby makes the stop.
Yeah, one of the first snaps all day. We didn't see Cleveland play. Cleveland didn't play man-to-man defense. They dropped everybody back into a deep zone. That allows you to keep your eyes on the quarterback and whoever catches the ball. Now everybody can rally to the tackle like we're seeing right here. And they do a good job of not letting Murray get the first down.
Travis Benjamin awaits near the 30. Back-to-back 3 and outs now for the Raiders. King facing heavy pressure. Contact and a flag. So Benjamin backs up at the 11. Shakes his way across the 15, gets to the 25, but the Browns going for the punt block. Hit Marquette King.
Roughing the kicker. Defense number 51. The 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down, Oakland.
That's on Mingo.
Well, yeah, it's a tough break. They are going for it. You got to use better judgment as you're going after it, especially in a 4th and 5 situation, because roughing the kicker or running into the kicker here, and even if it was the 5-yard variety, I think they still would have got the first down here. But unnecessary. Now it puts the defense in a big-time disadvantage. They were just sitting on the bench thinking, okay, we can rest up. And now they're back out here.
So they had back-to-back 3-and-outs, forcing Marquette King to punt again, and now handing the football right back to Derek Carr and the Raiders.
Right. And those are the little things that, you know, Cleveland's, the Oakland Raiders of the world are trying to overcome those little mistakes that affect your team from not being a winning football team at the end of the season.
Neither of these teams have been to the playoffs since 2002. Crabtree makes the grab, flag down. Wednesday, don't miss the premiere of the new medical drama Code Black. Academy Award winner Marcia Gay Harden stars, premieres Wednesday 10/9 Central, only CBS. Let's check the flag.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to call here.
There is no foul for an eligible man downfield in play. Play stands, brings up first down.
So it's a catch for Crabtree right at the 50.
So they were going to call an ineligible receiver down the field. I didn't see it. I did not think that was the case. But good job by Crabtree there. The veteran receiver settles down in the zone. Carr makes a nice accurate throw.
Carr under center on 1st and 10. Fakes and then dumps incomplete on a busted play intended for Cooper.
They were trying to do what we saw the first play of the game. It's a run play, and if Derek Carr likes the matchup on the backside with Amari Cooper, he's going to throw him the fade route. But there you go, young quarterback, young receiver, not on the same page. If you made me guess there, I would say that was an Amari Cooper. He should have kept running. Instead, he hooked it up.
Our second year out of Fresno State, Amari Cooper, rookie, 4th overall pick from Alabama. Lewis in the backfield, takes the handoff on 2nd down. Flag is down. Lewis brought down at the 37 by Whitner.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Donald Penn.
Well, big Donald Penn. We played together with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You see him here on the right side of your screen right here. Well, that's a tough call. He's actually trying to give a signal to Derek Carr and the running back, and as he's doing it, the ball is being snapped. So, tough break for the Raiders, but the proper call by the referees.
So back-to-back miscommunications. The busted play to Cooper, and then the false start. And now another discussion, Clete Blakeman.
The clock is correct now.
Fire to 2nd and 15.
A lot of referee discussions here.
Yeah, there is. A lot of flags. This was a 3-and-out for the Raiders, but roughing the kicker has given Derek Carr and Oakland a second chance. 2nd and 15. Carr, time to throw, finds Amari Cooper, slipping away at the 36. Cooper spins inside the 20. Amari Cooper leads the Raiders into the red zone again.
All right, well, hey, it's a little in-cut right across the middle of the field. There's no way Dante Whitner is going to be able to cover Amari Cooper one-on-one. And then you see the explosive speed to Sean Gibson, his ability. But right over the middle of the field, Carr does a great job seeing the hole in the zone underneath. To Sean Gibson, one of the underrated free safeties in football, truly good. But Amari Cooper, again, you just see the special talents this kid has.
Already over 100 yards with 8:15 to go in the second. That's Latavius Murray trying the left side, inside the 10. Another flag down.
determined that there is no foul in play for holding. Play stands, second down.
Amari Cooper, most catches by a Raider in the first 2 games, breaking Jack Larsheed's record from 1960, the inaugural year of the Raiders franchise.
You know, I know that I made your jaw drop when I said future Hall of Famer, but the kid is special. He really is. And they're going to base their offense around him, which they should.
Week 3, Good Sim says future Hall of Famer. Carr looks to Crabtree in the end zone, incomplete with Tramon Williams in coverage.
When you have a guy like Amari Cooper, it makes defenses change their game plans. And now as they change their game plans, you can do other things within your offense off of that. That makes the Michael Crabtrees, the Latavius Murrays better because, hey, the Cleveland Browns or whoever the opponent is playing the Raiders, they got to worry about the matchup with Amari Cooper.
Browns defense held into a field goal. First trip to the red zone. This is 3rd and 3. Murray stretches inside the 5. It will be 1st and goal for Oakland.
Right up the middle, found a little cut back lane and lowered his shoulder and got it.
Danny Shelton makes a stop. Raiders go hurry up, 1st and goal. Browns bring pressure up the middle. Murray tries to bounce it outside. It's maybe a yard. Shelton again leads the way. That's big Danny Shelton, the rookie nose tackle from Washington.
Yes, and he is immovable in the middle. I mean, he is a true 3-4 nose tackle. That's why they had to get him. It takes 2 people to move him out of the way because he's basically 2 people in one as it is.
2nd and goal. Carr out of the shotgun. Play action to Murray. Flings. Complete. Touchdown, Raiders. Holmes makes the grab.
Well, great play design. Great job just getting the ball out of your hand quickly by Derek Carr. Another accurate throw. And he's got some big receivers that he can make these type of throws too. Andre Holmes, 6'5". You know, Crabtree. Those type of guys are very friendly to a quarterback when you're down in the red area.
First touchdown of the year for Andre Holmes. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. 10-0 Raiders. It was a 3-and-out for Oakland. The Browns had them stopped, but the roughing the kicker penalty leads to touchdown pass number 4 of the year for Derek Carr. 10-0 Raiders. Holmes gets the touchdown catch from Derek Carr, capping that 11-play, 80-yard drive that should have been a 3-and-out. Should have been back-to-back 3-and-outs. Credit the Raiders for taking advantage.
Definitely took advantage, and that's why, you know, winning is a skill in the NFL. And those are the little things that are a difference between a team having a winning record at the end of the year and maybe being 6-10.
Holmes touchback. Let's go back to the TD drive.
Well, you said it already. It came back to the roughing the punter. That got the Raiders offense back on the field, and then it became, Mr. Amari Cooper. And yes, yards after catch are his specialty. And then they get down there, and Derek Carr, a little play action, jams it in there to Andre Holmes. Well done. Raiders got momentum back on their side, that is for sure.
10-0 Raiders. The Browns have only 40 yards of offense. They have yet to cross their own 40. McCown play action. That's incomplete. Intended for Travis Benjamin.
Yeah, that's a play they got to hit as a quarterback, a wide receiver this day and age in the NFL. Hey, the fans are here. I know they're booing. They want Johnny. But just take it from me, watching here at the game, there hasn't been a lot of open receivers yet for this Cleveland offense. So it's not quite time to start chanting Johnny, Johnny.
You said definitively before the game, you agreed with Pettine's decision to go with Josh McCown. Sticking with it.
Yeah, totally. At this point, it's about a body of work, off-season, training camp, all those things. That's why Josh McCown is the starting quarterback.
Crowell is dragged down by Aldon Smith. Released by the 49ers after his third DUI, signed the one-year deal with the Raiders just prior to the season.
Well, you see him on the right side there, and no fullback is going to block Aldon Smith. Aldon Smith is one of the freaks of nature in the NFL. The Raiders got two of them, both of them on the edge of the defense. But man, yes, they have a chance to be a special pass rush tandem.
Only 4 rushing yards for Crowell. So it's 3rd and long for Josh McCown and the Browns again. Stepping up in the pocket, McCown delivers downfield. That's Barnidge up the seam to get it across the 50 for the first time.
Yes, and really great job by Josh McCown buying the extra time. You're going to see Barnidge come from your left. He's going to cross over. This is a zone defense. And they're looking at the quarterback, of course. Charles Woodson lets Barnidge get behind him. And McCown makes a very good throw on the move. Hopefully this gets the Cleveland Browns offense jump-started.
40 yards. That's as much as Cleveland had total offense prior to this drive. 2 receptions already for the Browns tight end. Browns exploiting that matchup again as McCown goes deep and incomplete. Intended for Gabriel. Nico Thorpe in coverage.
Nico Thorpe, nice little corner, fits what they want to do here. This is the Seattle Seahawks defense now with the Oakland Raiders. It's Ken Norton Jr. They're running a similar scheme. I would like to continue to see more and more passing on first down from Cleveland. I don't think you're going to run and be successful on this front 7 of Oakland. They're big. They got run stoppers. We talked about Khalil Mack and Aldon Smith on the edge. I think you got it, like I said, keys of the game. I think you got to throw it first to open up the run.
Nico Thorpe steps into that corner role. The carry moves to safety. 2nd and 10, McCown incomplete. No flag.
That's a new addition, David Amerson, who they acquired off of waivers from the Washington Redskins. Long corner from North Carolina State, covering Hawkins in the slot. Little hand use there, but I'm old school. I don't want to see every ticky-tack foul in the world. It's football. There's going to be some hands-on receivers and vice versa.
You like the Amerson pickup?
I do. I think he really fits, like we said, it's a Seattle scheme. They don't need a lot of guys to play man-to-man. They want guys with length that can disrupt their line of scrimmage and then run and not let anybody behind them.
3rd and 10, McCown over the middle, complete. Barnidge again, the tight end who have plagued the Raiders through the first 2 weeks. Again here in the first half.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They have been plagued by tight end play, whether it was Crockett Gilmore last week for the Baltimore Ravens or Tyler Eifert the week before for the Cincinnati Bengals. But a zone defense, Curtis Lofton playing Tampa too. He's trying to get deep down the field. And Barnidge does a good job just sitting up right at the sticks and getting the first down.
4 catches for Barnidge, already 71 receiving yards. McCown converts on 3rd down, best drive of the game for the Browns. Duke Johnson going in reverse. Malcolm Smith leads the way.
Malcolm Smith, the Super Bowl MVP, if you remember from when the Seahawks beat the Denver Broncos. Athleticism is his specialty. You see him at the top of your screen here, though. Running sideline to sideline. He's as fast as Duke Johnson. He is a very good athlete, can really run. But like I said, this offensive line for Cleveland, it's legit, don't get me wrong. But this front 7 for Oakland, people are going to talk about them as the year goes on. You're not going to be able to run on them with some of the big people they got in the interior part of their defense.
Smith now the Raiders leading tackler. McCown 2nd and 16 to Benjamin, slipping away for a first down. Right at the sticks, Travis Benjamin makes the grab, eventually brought down by TJ Carey.
Well, just a simple little curl route. Gets back to the ball, breaks the tackle. Benjamin's scary after the catch, but love the play call. One-on-one matchup outside. Just have your guy beat their guy.
DJ Hayden misses the tackle. TJ Carey finishes it off. First hit for the red zone for the Browns. Josh McCown will hand off. That's Crowell. Finds the edge. Running away from Woodson. Diving for the pylon. Stopped just shy.
Well, great run by Crowell. Pushes up in there. Nothing in the middle there. The play design was for it between the tackles. But for a guy that's 220 pounds, he's got the ability to bounce the ball outside. He sees there's nothing there. Charles Woodson, he's not as fast as he used to be. Loses contain.
74 reports is eligible. 74 is eligible.
Carey makes the stop. Just shy. So Irving eligible receiver on 1st and goal. McCown to Crowell. Stood up, driven back. It'll be 2nd and goal for the Browns.
Well, this is just power on power. You got Alex Mack, Joe Thomas, Joel Bitonio at left guard. And all these big people you got for the Oakland Raiders. This is going to be some smash mouth football.
This is a 2-minute warning.
Tuck and Williams make the stop to force 2nd and goal. By far the best drive of the day for the Cleveland Browns. 2nd and goal.
I think we're going to see a pass here. 2nd down will be the down to do a little quick play action.
There's the play action. McCown tosses, incomplete. At the last moment, knocked away. Was intended for Barnidge, the tight end again. Malcolm Smith punches it away at the goal line.
Very good job by Malcolm Smith. He's really, there you see Barnidge coming across the formation. Malcolm Smith out in the flat, you see there, but he reads the quarterback in the play, shows his athleticism, and makes a big-time hit to knock the ball out.
Clearly incomplete, making it 3rd and goal. Would have been his 5th catch, the tight end Barnidge against this Raiders defense. 3rd and goal. Crowell, straight ahead, shot back.
Curtis Lofton, I think he was the first guy there.
And Williams helping out on the goal line stand.
Yes. Dan Williams is as good a nose tackle in football. You're going to see.
Oakland takes its first timeout.
Yeah, it was Curtis Lofton, Dan Williams combination. Curtis Lofton, a great free agent acquisition from the Saints.
A 30-second timeout.
A 1st and 2nd down run thumper. That's why they brought him here. It's just tough football between the tackles. He can make the hits.
Minute 46 away from the Verizon halftime report. KB, Tony Bart, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. All the latest NFL scores and highlights, as well as a preview of Thursday Night Football on CBS and NFL Network. That's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, 4th and goal coming for the Browns. And the offense is on the field for now and during the Oakland timeout.
Yeah, they're going to go for it. I'm surprised. I'd kick the field goal. I really would. It's 10-0. You need 2 scores at some point. This is risky here.
4th and goal. It's Duke Johnson who's in the backfield with Josh McCown. Empty out, flag down on 4th and goal.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start. They're going to kick the field goal now.
False start. Offense number 75. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Huge mistakes by the Browns in the first half.
Yeah, they've had some untimely penalties. This is the 2nd biggest penalty of the first half, other than the roughing the punter. But yeah, they could have called that on left guard, right tackle Mitchell Schwartz. They all got a little impatient in their stance. I'm not so sure the center didn't snap the ball a hair late too. But either way, nobody on the same page there. Might be a blessing in disguise if they get the penalty and at least get the 3. Get on the scoreboard.
Travis Coon's 2nd field goal attempt of his NFL career. 24-yarder is good. So 3 on the board for the Browns as the Raiders a goal line stand to keep the Browns out of the end zone. Touchdown lead for Oakland.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, making it easy to bundle your home and car insurance. And by Pandora, the next song matters.
Raiders trying to win in the Eastern time zone for the first time since December 2009. And with the Raiders defense holding McCown and the Browns out of the end zone, it's a touchdown lead, 10-3 at the end of by far the best drive of the day for the Browns,
Yes.
but only 3 on the board.
Yeah, but still a good drive. And I think most important there is you got the defense off the field a little bit, and then you get a little confidence in your own pass game.
Tywan Jones brings it out across the 20. Jones across the 30 with 1:39. Oakland 2 timeouts left in the half. Robertson makes the stop. So remember back to that last Raiders drive. That was the one that was the 3 and out, and then roughing the kicker on Marquette King, and on the punt, and then Derek Carr, and the Raiders took advantage with a touchdown drop.
Yes, and Cleveland, this is a big series for them. I think Oakland, they're going to push the limit here. They know they got to kick the ball off to the Cleveland Browns in the second half, so they don't want a 10-point swing. They're going to try to get at least into field goal position here.
Latavius Murray on the left side. The hole opens up for Murray, and he takes it to midfield, right on the Browns logo before Gibson finally brings him down.
Yeah, and there they go. That was a nice little play. They little pulling guard action. You see, it was pulling tackle by Austin Howard, but nonetheless, big hole for Latavius Murray.
And now you're pretty much in field goal range. Carr, another check down. That's Seth Roberts. Sprints inside the 20. Knocked out of bounds near the 15. Gibson knocks him out of bounds again as the Raiders go downfield unopposed.
Wow, well, that's what happens when you play a lot of man-to-man sometimes. You get crossed up in the middle of the field. Nobody picks up Seth Roberts. Derek Carr did a very good job of buying a little time. Nobody else was open and just finding Seth Roberts the last second. Seth Roberts, a guy they really like in Oakland.
55 yards on the last 2 plays.
Ooh, yeah, and if you're Oakland here, you run the football. Now you don't want to give Cleveland the ball back with time to score.
Carr, play action, zips it incomplete.
And they said,
it was Roberts again, who had the game-winning touchdown last week.
yes, and they said, no, Chris Sims, we're going to go for 7 right now.
Just go ahead and take the TD, right?
But that play was there. That's, you know, you'd like your receiver to catch that, and you'd like Derek Carr to throw a little bit better of a football. But nonetheless, NFL, that should be completed.
The Browns took those 2 early timeouts, so only 1 on the board left for Cleveland.
Right.
Clock stop now with 1:05. Carr out of the shotgun. That's Cooper in motion. Carr's going to hand it off to the fullback, Marcel Reese. Nothing much there on second down. So 3rd coming up.
Yeah, and proper call there. Let's see if Mike Pettin decides to use a timeout. No, he's not. Doesn't look like it. So now you're Oakland, you're happy with what you did there on second down. You ran the ball, the clock's going to move. Derek Carr, hey, you'd like a touchdown here for the Oakland offense, but be careful. You're up 10-3. You'd love to go in at halftime, up 13-3.
Crabtree at the top of the screen. Carr looking to Cooper. It's caught. Touchdown, Seth Roberts hauls it in.
Unbelievable throw. Really neat route by Seth Roberts. He almost runs a little wheel route. Watch this. He's going to sit down like he's going to sit in the zone, and then he's going to wheel out of there. He's matched up with Christian Kirksey, second-year player out of Iowa. And I just can't say enough about the throw. And, of course, a nice contested catch by Seth Roberts.
So Roberts, who had his first touchdown grab, the game winner versus Baltimore last week, and now has his second TD grab. Janikowski boots through the PAT. An all-too-easy touchdown drive for the Raiders at the end of the first half. 17-3. Practice squad 2014, so it's the first year on an NFL roster for Seth Roberts, active out of West Alabama, had the game winner in week 2, and now another touchdown grab here in week 3. Last 2 drives for Derek Carr and the Raiders have resulted in touchdowns. That one, 5 plays, 70 yards in less than a minute and a half.
Well, they got confidence, and we knew that when we met with them on Saturday. Last week changed them. It changed their thought process. It gave them that self-belief. And, hey, Derek Carr's got weapons around him for the first time in his career, and he is making it happen.
Janikowski's kickoff brought out. Ball's loose. Drone on the return. Raider football.
Moving the field. The return is from the ball. Recovery by Oakland. First down, Oakland.
Wow.
Holmes recovers it with 14 seconds. And a bad first half for Cleveland gets even worse.
And special teams won
The previous play is under review.
Oh, it's going to be close. The right elbow, we didn't see it clean there, but the right elbow might have been down before the ball popped out. Oh, he's down. So Cleveland will dodge a bullet. They will get the ball back. But the ground can't cause a fumble. But nonetheless, special teams have been a little bit of a struggle here for the Cleveland Browns today.
Under review on the fumble, with the Raiders already up 2 touchdowns. (17-3). That fumble by Drone on the kick return under review. Inside of the 2-minute warning.
After review of the play, the return man's elbow was down on the ground prior to losing control of the ball. Therefore, he's down by contact at that spot, which is the 17-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17. Please put 15 seconds on the game clock. 15.
Meaning it's Browns football. We bring in Mike Carey to talk about that fumble. That was
Yeah, guys, I think it's a little too much smoke in that one to really definitively say to confirm or reverse. The ball starts to rotate right before the elbow hits. You can't tell whether it was a fumble or not. If I was in the booth, I would have let that stand.
So lack of that indisputable visual evidence.
That's interesting. I'm interested to hear Mike say that, because that's why, hey, his eyes are better than mine. He's done this. I thought, but I see what he's saying here. Ball maybe just coming out a hair before.
The ball rock right there.
Little rock.
You can't.
But nonetheless, Cleveland ball, and they avoided disaster here in the first half.
Thank you, Mike.
Disaster.
Already 17-3 Oakland on Cleveland, and so the Browns running out the clock at the end of this first half. Duke Johnson has the carry. So 17-3, Browns fans displeased with that first half.
Yeah, well, certainly. And I think the big play of the first half was the roughing the punter call. That really kind of changed the game altogether.
The end of the first half.
So a game-winning drive for Derek Carr and the Raiders at the end of week 2, and a 17-3 lead at halftime here in Cleveland. That's the end of the first half, 17-3. We'll be back. Verizon Halftime Report. You're watching. A pair of touchdown passes for Derek Carr in the first half, and a 17-3 lead for the Raiders on the Browns start of the third quarter. Now let's take a look at the DirecTV Ultimate Picture Cam. It was Derek Carr, the second of those TDs to Roberts, finishing it off with his second career touchdown. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims. So we know this, and I think everyone in Cleveland knows this. The Browns didn't play well in the first half. Right. How well did the Raiders play to get this 2-touchdown lead?
Well, they were impressive. They came out, made a great first drive to get a field goal. Then it was a little bit of a stalemate there for a while. But the big play, I think, was the roughing the punter on the Oakland Raiders punter. Then gave the ball back to the Raiders. they get the ball, go down, score a touchdown, and really change the whole dynamic of the first half.
We saw the Roberts touchdown grab, his second career, but this was the biggest play for him in the first half.
Yeah, this set up the second touchdown, no doubt about it. You're going to see Michael Rivera sit over the middle. Crabtree's going to clear it out with the post, and then Seth Robert come across the formation. You'll see all the unvoided space here by the Cleveland Browns defense. Nobody's open front side. Derek Carr does a great job getting back, finding Seth Roberts, and this set up that second touchdown pass to Derek Carr and Seth Roberts. But nonetheless, Derek Carr and company on the offensive side of the ball, it's showing that they gained confidence from last week, and it's showing that they got some talent on this side of the football.
Big plays for the Raiders, including that all-too-easy touchdown drive at the end of the first half. The Browns won the opening toss and deferred to the second half. So it is Browns football, and it is Josh McCown out to begin the second half. So the lone scoring drive of the day for the Cleveland Browns was when the Oakland Raiders had the goal line stand to keep them out of the end zone. Browns settled for the field goal. That was the only trip to the red zone for Mike Pettine's Browns in the first half.
Right, and it was a good drive regardless. But I think the big thing, too, the guy gave their offense some confidence, I would believe, the Cleveland Browns. And, yeah, there's Johnny Manziel, but it's not time for that quite yet. Josh McCown has hit all the receivers that have been open. I haven't seen a play where I've said, ooh, man, he should have hit that wide open receiver, other than maybe one throw to Travis Benjamin.
Well shoved back as soon as he grabs it. Woodson Mack there on the stop. Already 2nd and 8. Josh McCown, this is his first home start with the Cleveland Browns. 9th NFL stop in his 13th season. Finished his college career at Sam Houston State, began at SMU. Native of Jacksonville in East Texas. Play action on 2nd and 8. McCown, deep shot, hit as he throws, intended for Benjamin, just overthrows him with Hayden there in coverage. DJ Hayden.
Well, yeah, he had Travis Benjamin, but again, it goes back to the pass rush. You're going to see Justin Tuck there. He hits McCown just as he's throwing the football. But again, like we talked about, it's not always about sacks. It's about making the quarterback have to throw the ball from uncomfortable positions or maybe a hair quicker than he would like. And Justin Tuck gets in there to effect the throw.
7 for 16 now for McCown. 1 sack, but lots of pressure from the Raiders. Third and 8. Play clock winding down. McCown gets it off. Pressured again. Dropped at the 15. Malcolm Smith finishes off the sack on Josh McCown.
Well, Oakland brought pressure. They blitzed. They covered in the back end, but Malcolm Smith up top on Isaiah Crowell. Just a good job and effort there, because really that was a pretty good blitz pickup by the Cleveland Browns. There was just nothing open downfield, and McCown had to hold it, and Malcolm Smith did a good job. Just keep going after the quarterback.
Bringing out to begin the second half of the Browns. Andy Lee hits it at the 6. Amari Cooper lets it hit at the 35 and takes a big roll. Cooper bobbles it all the way back at the 15. Cooper looking for help, and Amari Cooper takes it all the way back inside the 10 before the Browns finish off the rookie Amari Cooper. Kirksey finally finishes it off as Cooper goes in reverse in the punt return.
Aruba, Jamaica. Now we can actually take you.
To Costa Rica, Bahamas.
Come on, pretty mama.
Belize, Puerto Rico. People, why don't we go down to Mexico?
We'll get there fast and you can take it slow.
Anywhere you want to go.
All the way down to Dominican Republic.
Nice hit.
Southwest is bringing our low fares to tropical destinations. Book now at southwest.com.
The moment's arrived. The best iPhone ever is here. And you're all like... And then you remember there's Verizon, which is great because if you're going to get the best iPhone, wouldn't you want to have the best network? Kind of makes you want to jump for joy. Tell all your friends and family. even throw a party. Get up to $400 when you switch to Verizon and trade up to the iPhone 6s. And now you can upgrade to a new iPhone every year without the wait, so you'll always have the best iPhone on the best network.
In a work world, take time for Sunday. Just know that your truck has a little thing for Monday.
I'm back.
William Peterson returns.
I miss working side by side with you.
The final CSI, CBS tonight after 60 minutes.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Replay every game of the 2015 season on demand. NFL Game Pass. Go to NFL.com/Game Pass to start your free trial. A net 76-yard punt.
What's up?
A failed return from Amari Cooper. So Carr out of the end zone finds Michael Crabtree. Hits it out to the 12. Run down by Tramon Williams.
Oh, good little drive starter there. Play a little bootleg. Crabtree comes behind the offensive formation. But you talked about it. That punt was big. You know, going 3 and out, Oakland had a chance to get the ball in favorable position. At least they're going to have to work for it now, starting to drive inside their own 10.
11 straight road losses. You factor in the London loss versus the Dolphins. That's 12 straight losses away from Oakland for the Raiders. Got a 2-touchdown lead here and another huge hole. Murray takes it across the 40. Latavius Murray brought down inside the Browns 35. Joe Hayden finally makes the stop on Latavius Murray, 54 yards.
Well, right up the gut, right behind Jamarcus Webb, but huge hole. And then you get to see some of the skill of Latavius Murray. For 6'3", 230, the guy can run. But really nice open field running. If you saw this guy in person, he looks a lot like Adrian Peterson in his uniform.
Joe Hayden down at the end of the play as we step aside. After a 54-yard run from Latavius Murray, has as many rushing yards today, almost as he had in the first 2 weeks of the season. Empty backfield, 1st and 10. Derek Carr, incomplete, intended for the fullback Marcel Reese. Dante Whitner knocks it away.
Well, Marcel Reese is a nice little player for this Oakland offense. He can do it all. He can play tailback, tight end, fullback. We talked about that with Derek Carr yesterday. He said he's like having another quarterback on the field with him. He really understands the whole offense, whether it be protections, running routes, the routes down the field. A true student of the game.
In fact, Derek said Marcel doesn't like it when Derek will point out a protection. He said, I got it. 2nd and 10. This is Taiwan Jones with the handoff. Shoved out of bounds as he is near the 1st down. Just short, and that is Joe Hayden headed to the Browns locker room. Left bounds right at the 25. Running behind Rodney Hudson. It's Desir who's into the game now for Joe Hayden.
Well, they got the Cleveland defense guessing a little bit now at this point because the pass game's been working. We've seen a few run game holes. And that's tough when you're a defensive coordinator like Jim O'Neill for the Cleveland Browns. He's not sure what to call at this point. Oakland's got the pedal on the metal.
Murray behind Carr, takes it on 3rd and 1. 1st down as he reaches the 20. Desir, who's into the game because of the Hayden injury, makes the stop on Latavius Murray.
It was a good thing he made the tackle too, Carter, because this could have been a touchdown right here. This has been the issue. Bouncing balls outside, bouncing the run game outside. Cleveland has not been able to stop it, but that might have been a touchdown-saving tackle by Pierre Desir.
109 rushing yards for Murray. That's exactly what he had in the first 2 weeks.
So they're getting it going. They got a big, powerful group, the Oakland offensive line. And maybe this is what gets the run game jump-started from here on out.
From the 20, 1st and 10. This is Taiwan Jones. Finds the corner, cuts back. Jones stretches ahead with a heck of a run for the 5th-year pro from Eastern Washington. Kirksey finally finishes it off.
Well, again, little misdirection. It's meant to bounce outside like you see right there. Robertson does a good job. But Taiwan Jones does a nice job cutting it back. Robertson down right now with a little injury. You saw he slipped. His leg looked like it got caught under him just a little bit.
126 rushing yards for the Raiders combined. So starting to get that ground game going. So we've seen Hayden go down after the long run from Murray. See Robertson go down here on the cutback run from Taiwan Jones.
You know, those are the things that do happen when you're on the field a lot as a defense. You get worn down physically.
Desmond Bryant was out today with a shoulder. K'Wan Williams was scratched after the 3rd concussion for him in less than a year.
Right. And K'Wan Williams, that was a big loss for this Cleveland defense. He's a nickel slot corner. He does a great job on all the slot receivers in football. So that hurts their coverage. But one thing about Cleveland, they got to learn, someone's got to set the edge in the running game. And when I say set the edge, they can't let these, they got to funnel the running backs back into the middle of the defense. Too often you see plays like we did there where running backs get outside scot-free. And I think if you look at a lot of the other top defenses in football, very rarely do they let the run game bounce outside their outside linebackers or their defensive ends.
Latavius Murray, 16 carries in this game. Showed you earlier, Raiders undefeated when he gets 15 plus.
Pierre Desir on Amari Cooper up top. That would be the matchup I'd like if I'm playing quarterback.
Carr, play action. Fires, incomplete, flag down. Crabtree, the intended receiver, locked up with Batamosi. Johnson Batamosi in coverage there.
Pass interference. Offense. Number 15. 10-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Breaking tendency today.
Yeah, it's I've seen more offensive pass interference, I think, today than we've seen in half a year. But that's a tough call regardless. We've seen them try to throw that little bootleg comeback to the outside. Crabtree a few times in this game already.
So 2nd down and 13 against a banged up Browns defense.
There it is again up top though. Same matchup.
Empty backfield. Carr slant incomplete. Off the hands of Crabtree. Batamosi again in coverage.
Yeah, he'll be mad at himself when he watches the film tomorrow because this could have been, if he hits him in stride, this could have been a touchdown right here for Michael Crabtree. And what's even more is he had it on the other side with Amari Cooper as well. But hey, Derek Carr, you can't hit them all. You're going to miss some throws as a quarterback. He's made a lot of big-time ones today.
There are touchdown passes for Derek Carr after the game-winning drive a week ago to beat Baltimore. Reese motions out. 3rd and 13. Carr right back to Crabtree on the slant. This time no run after the catch. Opportunity. So 4th down coming up. Janikowski and the field goal unit out. Kirksey and Batamosi make the stop.
A little inside slant out of the empty formation. That's the throw he was looking for the play before. But nonetheless, great drive by the Oakland Raiders. They were backed up, and now here they got a chance to make it a 20-3 football game.
Rib injury for Hayden. Groin for Craig Robertson. Both doubtful for return. 35-yard field goal from Sebastian Janikowski, and it's 20-3. Oakland on Cleveland. The Raiders trying to break the road jinx. Mentioned the banged up Browns defense. Important correction on the injury. It's Tashawn Gibson who has the groin injury, questionable return. Hayden, rib injury, also questionable.
Ooh, that would be 2 huge blows just because Joe Hayden, of course, one of the best corners in football. To Sean Gibson, like we said in the open a little bit, one of the best free safeties in football that nobody really knows about yet.
Touchback for the Raiders up 20-3. Week 3 continues later today on CBS and for some of you on Fox. Then tonight, Sunday Night Football on NBC. Tune in tomorrow, Monday Night Football on ESPN. Chiefs, Packers.
That'll be a fun one. I think it's going to be a lot closer game than people realize, Chiefs, Packers. Chiefs secondary is legit. Green Bay's offense a little banged up. And you got to remember the Chiefs had a few extra days. They played on Thursday night against Peyton Manning and the Denver Broncos, so they should be ready to go.
Tyler Blackburn, Chris Sims from Cleveland. What do you need to see out of Josh McCown and the Browns offense on this drive?
Well, I would just like to see a little bit more consistency in the pass game. I do think whether it be short game, intermediate pass game, we got to see a little bit more of it here in the second half.
Play action. Pressure on McCown, he slips away. Check down underneath, and Malcolm Smith finishes it off after the completion to Duke Johnson.
But there you go. I think you got to eliminate a little of the first and second down run mentality right now. Start to put a little pressure on this Oakland defense and just execute, just like you saw right there. Hey, nothing open downfield, throw it down to your back, 2nd and 2. This is the offense's advantage.
One scoring drive, one red zone trip.
850.
For the Browns offense, flag down.
Here, Josh.
Ball start. Offense, number 81. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Tight end Jim Dre.
And that has been one of the issues of the first half. Like we said, you're in a favorable position with 2nd and 3, and now it's 2nd and 7. You're going to throw the ball. I would. I don't think you're going to run the ball successfully, consistently on this front 7 of Oakland. I would continue just to nickel and dime this pass defense.
Another flag down, free play, it's tipped incomplete.
They got Aldon Smith in the neutral zone.
Offside. Defense, number 99. Player was in the neutral zone to snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
Yeah, love it. That's what you got to do against good pass rushers. You don't want them to get continually know the snap count, get a feel for it. Aldon Smith, he's too explosive. He'll be in your lap before you know it if he knows the snap count play after play. Nice veteran move by Josh McCown.
2nd and 2 out of the eye. Quick hitter. Incomplete. Almost picked. It's behind Hartline. Thorpe nearly had the INT.
Yes, he did. That's a throw. Yes, Josh McCown has to get in front of him. What we saw there really is a run-pass option. It's a running play called, but if they are outnumbered in the box, he's just going to throw what you call it a quick slant up top. You can see all the people in the box for the Raiders defense. That's why he throws it. Little off target, and now we hear the Johnny calls.
The dog pound is chanting for him, and Armstrong and the Raiders are encouraging it. Johnny Manziel on the sideline. Josh McCown on 3rd and 2. Play action, pressure up the middle. McCown. It is complete. Hardline somehow makes that grab in heavy traffic to convert.
Oakland sends the pressure. Hardline, it looks like he caught the ball between his legs.
9-1.
I think that's what he did.
Browns try to hurry up.
I don't know. At the initial first look, I thought he did catch it. I thought he trapped it between his legs, but Jack Del Rio wants to see otherwise. And he should. It's a big play.
Oakland's challenging a ruling on the field of a completed catch.
So the challenge from Jack Del Rio and the Raiders on this, ruled a catch by Brian Hartline. And what a catch it would be.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Is it a catch? The yardage is enough for a first down. Oakland will be charged its first timeout.
Rulebook says if the ball touches the ground after the player secures control of it, it is a catch as long as the player continues to maintain control.
And that's exactly what happened here. I mean, he did a great job. You could see the ball. I don't think it ever touches the ground there. He traps it between his legs. And it was a good challenge by Jack Del Rio, too. It was a third down. He wants to get them off the field and go with a knockout punch with his offense.
Even after losing the challenger like this.
Yeah, I do.
Empty, complete. That's Benjamin shaking his way across the 45. Let's go back to New York. JB and Tony.
This guy has been Mr. Durable, Tony. Yeah, he has. This is not really a good look for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mark Barron comes in here, gets tripped up, goes a little low, hits Ben right in his knee right there. We don't have reports as far as what type of injury it is, but it did not look good. He gets carted off the field.
Back to Carter Blackburn and Chris Sims.
Here in Cleveland, McCown, the incompletion on second down. How big an injury is that?
Well, I mean, Ben Roethlisberger is one of the 3 best quarterbacks in football, in my opinion, and that offense was on pace to be almost a record-setting type offense with all the weapons he has. Le'Veon Bell back today for the first time. That would be a huge blow to the Steelers. Their defense is not top-notch like years past. They needed the offense to be big time.
And the Thursday matchup on CBS and NFL Network. And now the big question, will Ben Roethlisberger be there for the Steelers?
Right.
Third down and short. Pass incomplete intended for Hausler, Aldon Smith, and bringing the pressure.
Yeah, Aldon Smith, it's the second play in a row he deflected a pass. Just size, length, and that's, of course, great football IQ and recognizing the short pass game and getting your hands up. But Cleveland's going for it right here. And Oakland is not organized. They're going to have to call a timeout.
Cleveland only 1 for 3 on 4th downs.
And there's the timeout.
So the unsuccessful challenge timeout 1. Now a defensive timeout. 1 left for Oakland with 7:12 to go in the third, but the Raiders are up 20-3.
Well, you know, this Oakland defense, it's very good, and I think we're seeing that. It was a bad week 1 showing, but I've liked everything they've done with this football team. GM Reggie McKenzie, top-notch. And I understand what Mike Pettine's doing here. I think this might be the proper call. His defense has shown no signs of slowing down Oakland the past few series. Joe Hayden, we don't know if he'll be back. Deshaun Gibson, we don't know if he'll be back either. So he wants to not only rest his defense, but he realizes his offense is going to have to start doing something.
4th and 2. Offense still out there after the Oakland timeout. Duke Johnson in the backfield with Josh McCown. Out of the shotgun on 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And now Johnson will motion out. McCown complete. And the Browns convert. It's Barnidge, the tight end again. 4th down conversion for Cleveland.
Well, we would just call this a little stick route. Why stick? Barnidge does a good job just working Malcolm Smith there, and that's a nice safe throw by Josh McCown.
C.J. Wilson is down for the Raiders. Barnidge makes that grab. 5 receptions now for Barnidge. That's his first of the second half. As the Browns try to continue to go to the tight end.
C.J. Wilson, another one of the big guys in this front 7 that I said I have liked for the Raiders. They're already down one of their best big guys in Justin Ellis. Him and Dan Williams, it's 700 pounds of big boy in the middle of that defense when they're in there. So they're a little thin at the position as it is right now. This will hurt.
Ellis down with an ankle injury. C.J. Wilson, the 6th-year pro out of East Carolina, hobbling back to the Raiders sideline. Career high for Barnidge. Year pro from Louisville.
Rocker.
180. Barnidge in motion on 1st and 10. McCown. Trouble in the pocket. Still room to throw. Complete to the outside. Duke Johnson hauls it in. Hayden makes the stop. DJ Hayden. And it's Hayden who is down on the Browns sideline after making the tackle.
Well, McCown does a little bit of his Johnny Manziel impression here, dancing around in the pocket. Nobody was open. He did a good job getting the ball there to DJ Hayden. And this is the one thing that's been unfortunate for DJ Hayden. I really like him. First-round pick a few years back out of Houston, but injuries have been an issue and plagued him throughout his young career.
The McCown-Manziel comparison in the pocket. And now they grew up near each other.
Right.
McCown, Jacksonville, Texas. Johnny Manziel, originally from Tyler, Texas. Then the family moved to Kerrville in the beautiful Texas Hill Country.
Right.
Where he went on to star for the Tybee High School Antlers there in Kerrville, Texas.
You're from Texas.
Right.
Went to the same high school as Johnny Manziel. Derek Carr is from Texas. I mean, this is the all-Texas quarterback football game here.
They like to say at Tybee High School, Tybee fight never dies. So Johnny Manziel, year 2. Yes, he's the backup right now for the Cleveland Browns. The fans have chanted Johnny at times.
Right.
They have booed Josh McCown at times in his debut as the starter at home. But you think for the Cleveland Browns in 2015, Josh McCown is the guy as long as he's healthy?
Yes, and I think just at least for the time being. I'm not going to say for all of 2015. You know, we'll evaluate as the season goes. But as of right now, and I think they just want Johnny to earn it as well. You know, his rookie year was not exactly what he wanted, what they wanted, but all things are going in the right direction for Johnny football.
2nd and 8, McCown over the middle, complete. That's Duke Johnson again. But Johnson wrestled down as soon as he grabs it. Malcolm Smith makes the stop to force 3rd and long.
And again, you see the speed of Malcolm Smith. I mean, he's got no problem running with Duke Johnson, who was an extremely explosive running back out of Miami. I thought McCown was a little late in throwing the ball here to Duke Johnson, but good open field tackling by the Raiders defense.
By the way, Josh McCown was out of that week 2 start because concussion protocol told us it's good. I appreciate it even more now having gone through it. McCown on 3rd and 8, slant, caught, 1st down.
Hartline, people don't realize how big Brian Hartline is until you see him in person. He's 6'2". He's a good target for those type of throws right there. Contested over the middle. He can use his body to shield off defenders.
Last 10, 7 for 10 as Josh McCown of the Browns starting to find a rhythm.
They got it going. Like I said, let's not be too critical of Josh McCown here in Cleveland quite yet. There hasn't exactly been wide open receivers running down the field.
On 1st and 10. Another completion, so 8 for his last 11. This one goes to Taylor Gabriel, 2nd-year player from Abilene Christian. Emerson on the stop.
Yeah, and Gabriel, another guy that's, you know, like Hawkins, extremely explosive, quick. But, hey, we talked about it before the series. They needed to get the intermediate short passing game going. There hasn't been much open downfield. So Josh McCown, you're a veteran quarterback. You're a good thrower in the football. He's smart. He's making the right decisions and the proper throws right now.
On 2nd and 2 from the 29, Crowell hitting the backfield. Malcolm Smith blows it up. Crowell will be just shy of the 1st down. 3rd and short coming up.
And, you know, regardless, this is a 3-score game. Cleveland will, of course, love a touchdown here, but a field goal cuts to 2 touchdowns. And, hey, the big play of the drive to this point was Mike Pettin right there having the guts to go for it on 4th and short in his own territory.
12 plays, 11 of them passes from Josh McCown, but this is 3rd and short. High backfield, Johnson and Crowell both back there. McCown on 3rd and 1. Pressured again by Matt. Delivers, complete, touchdown. Barnidge into the end zone. Josh McCown after the 4th down conversion. The first touchdown drive of the day for the Cleveland Browns.
And really a big-time throw by Josh McCown here. You might hear this every now and then with John Gruden. Spider 2 wide banana, well, there you go. That's what it is. I've run the play myself, but a great throw. Barnidge, big target. He puts it high and outside. Charles Woodson, the coverage wasn't bad. It's just, hey, good coverage ain't going to beat the perfect throw.
So Barnage's career day continues.
Like my John Gruden, Spider, do
Yeah, why banana?
That's what I used to yell in my ear all the time.
You've heard that a lot.
A lot.
Travis Coons on the PAT. When the Browns absolutely needed it. A 4th down conversion, and then Josh McCown. Now they're cheering him in Cleveland. Touchdown, Browns. After McCown leads the touchdown drive, it goes 13 plays, 80 yards to get the Browns back in it. A 28-yard TD grab by Gary Barnidge. Travis Coons kickoff. Bobbled by Taiwan Jones, so he will take a knee for the touchback. 4th down, Mike Pettin says we're going for it on that last Browns drive.
Well, he deserves all the credit here because that's a big-time call for the head coach to make right there in your own territory. But nice little play call by John DeFilippo, offensive coordinator. Then he goes back, like we said, to the old Spider 2Y banana. And McCown, that throw, that's a phenomenal throw. Josh McCown, hey, listen, I know everyone here wants Johnny Manziel. He is the most exciting college player I have ever seen. I understand that. But McCown's still good. He can still lead your offense to a lot of points.
Our first TD grab since 2013 for Barnidge. So, Derek Carr and the Raider offense. Travis Murray. Joe Hayden back in the game for the Browns.
That's big. And you know, you heard, we talked on the break. I thought Oakland, the last time they had the ball, should have took advantage of Hayden being out of the game and took advantage of Amari Cooper versus Pierre Desir on the outside a few times. But nonetheless, they didn't do it. But Joe Hayden, hey, they need him out here. They're going to play man-to-man. It's man-to-man right here, 2nd down. And he's as good as it gets as far as cover corners.
Cooper doesn't have a catch in the second half. Lined up against Seth Roberts. They're on 2nd and 7. Play action. Carr. Sits it complete. That's Marcel Reese, the fullback, shedding tacklers, rolling across the 50. Marcel Reese shedding more defenders as he takes it inside the 25. Tramon Williams finally brings down big Marcel Reese after 55 yards.
Well, what a great little route. It's really what we'd call like a corner stop. He's running like he's going to run a flag route. He does like almost a reverse curl, but this is why I love this guy. He can do everything. We've seen him play tailback, fullback, and now there he goes, lines up at tight end, and makes a big-time explosive play for this pass offense. He's a big man, Marcel Reese. 250 pounds to be able to run like that's impressive.
Ready? Push up.
Carr on 1st and 10, gives it to Murray. Latavius Murray, nothing much on the right side. You say defenders bouncing off the guy, usually it's an exaggeration. They were literally bouncing off of Marcel Reese.
Yeah, and I got a chance to talk to Bill Musgrave about the running back position. He said to me a few weeks back that if they got desperate and Latavius Murray got hurt, Marcel Reese would be the new bell cow of this offense. That's who he trusts to carry the ball between the tackles 20 to 25 times a game.
Taiwan Jones in the backfield now with Carr on 2nd and 8.
No! One!
One-on-one at the bottom of the screen.
Play fake, Carr zips it on the slant. Seth Roberts makes the grab again. Roberts near the 1st down. Williams in coverage.
Sorry to cut you off there, Carter, but that's nice play design by the Oakland Raiders. Bill Musgrave, we've seen them do this a few times today. Kind of let the tight end clear it out in the middle, and then the 2 outside receivers coming in slants underneath. And Carr, coming from Fresno State, that spread offense, he can get the ball out of his hand as quickly as anybody in the NFL. There's Bill Musgrave there. Long-time offensive play caller, a guy I got a lot of respect for.
On 3rd and 1. It's Murray. Takes it inside the 10, flag down.
Yeah, they're going to get 96, Xavier Cooper, first-year player to Washington State. He jumped the gun a little bit at defensive tackle position.
Xavier Cooper got the start in place of Desmond Bryant.
Offside. Defense, number 96. Players in the neutral zone at the snap. The foul's declined. Yardage is enough for a first down.
Well, you're going to see, here he is right here. It's my wrong circle button, just so you know, but you can see he gets off the ball a little bit. A little quick. Nice little cutback run there by Latavius Murray. Good job recovering by Carlos Dansby, the longtime middle linebacker.
Still a circle.
It was still a circle.
Still a circle.
I'm a lefty. My drawing is not good regardless.
So first and goal for the Raiders, and they will let it tick away, so it'll be first and goal to begin the fourth quarter, and a chance for Oakland to close out the road win. That's the end of the third quarter, 20-10. We'll return to Cleveland after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Raiders fans hope to leave Cleveland happy. A 20-10 lead as we go into the fourth quarter. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, first and goal for Derek Carr and the Raiders. Murray in the backfield. Latavius Murray on first and goal, pushes to near the 5. Randy Starks, defensive end, leads the way.
Well, of course, Oakland wants to run some clock here a little bit. They're going to go hurry up, though. The reason you go hurry up down here is it can sometimes limit the defensive calls. But you see, it's 3 receivers on 3 defensive backs at the top of your screen.
Second and goal, Murray takes it again, stretching, touchdown, Latavius Murray. Raiders start the fourth quarter with a touchdown from the third-year pro from UCF.
Yeah, right up the middle, and then he just kind of carries Markevius Mingo into the end zone here. But that's what happens when you got a running back that's 6'3", 230. I love Murray. I think he can be one of those top-tier running backs in football. You give him some holes. You can see he can run with power. He's got speed to break the big ones, catches the ball well in the backfield. There's really not a lot of flaws to his football game.
I mentioned before, a guy who wasn't invited to the Combine, 6th round pick, rookie year on injured reserve. Then he's a backup behind McFadden and Maurice Jones-Drew. Right. And now Latavius Murray, the back.
Sometimes scouts make it more complicated. He's tall, he's big, he's fast. Invite him to the Combine.
Janikowski boots it through. 27-10 now, Raiders. Carr leads another touchdown drive, capped by Murray. Thursday night football now has a big question mark. Ben Roethlisberger, left knee injury today. He is now doubtful when Baltimore and Pittsburgh meet Thursday on CBS and NFL Network.
Yeah, devastating. As a football fan, you don't want to see that happen to Ben Roethlisberger. He's one of the all-time greats at the quarterback position. Won 2 Super Bowls, been in 3, just carried that organization through a number of years. So this is one of the great rivalries in all of football, but a shame to see. And you know who we're going to see on Thursday night if Ben Roethlisberger can't go? A fellow lefty named Michael Vick. And Michael Vick, he can work it in that offense because Michael Vick can throw the ball down the field as good as a Ben Roethlisberger. So hopefully they don't miss a whole lot within that offense.
Touchback, Browns get it at the 20. Saturday, best game for the best conference. Alabama takes on Georgia. The SEC on CBS begins with Inside College Football and College Football Today. So we'll see Nick Chubb for Georgia in that game. Leonard Fournette, Nick Chubb. Where do you stand in that debate, Heisman-wise and draft-wise?
Oh, Leonard Fournette is a man of all men. I mean, he's a guy that they need to adjust the NFL rule for guys like Leonard Fournette. He should be able to come out after his sophomore year of college football. He is ready. He is pro-ready. He'd be one of the best backs in football right now in the NFL.
Amari Cooper was ready coming out of Alabama. Biletnikoff Award winner. Khalil Mack drops Josh McCown.
Well, Khalil Mack, of course, is a really good player, but when you have him one-on-one with your fullback, that is the issue. Malcolm Johnson blocking Khalil Mack, that's an issue in schematical pass protection there. That should really never happen.
Well put. That's an issue.
That's an issue, yeah. And that goes on to the coaches. they got to make sure that their fullback's never one-on-one with a guy like Mack or Aldon Smith.
A lone touchdown drive for the Browns, the last one. Josh McCown, that's incomplete. Intended for Gabriel, 3rd and long. Correction, intended for Hawkins. 3rd and long in a hurry for Cleveland.
Yeah, not a good start to the drive here. And of course the sack puts them really behind the 8 ball. And now it's 3rd and long, and of course you're down 27 to 10. If you're Josh McCown here, you've got to be a little more aggressive with some of your decision making. Not saying you want to do anything careless, but you might have to push the boundaries just a hair bit.
3 sacks, a chance for another one. On 3rd and 17, McCown hit as he throws the deep shot, complete. Hardline hauls it in to convert on 3rd and 17 over Nico Thorpe.
Big time throw. Hardline, more speed than he's ever given the respect for. But you see, he's got people in his way, adjusts his delivery and throws a down the field ball that was right on target.
41 yards on the grab. So Hardline gets a well-deserved rest on 1st and 10. McCown pumps. Another deep shot on 1st and 10. Flag down, ball knocked away. Intended for Taylor Gabriel. That's David Amerson.
They're going to get him for pass interference, Amerson. There's a little double move on the outside.
Pass, holding, defense, number 29. 5-yard penalty, 1st down Cleveland.
Amerson signed this week.
They ran a little stop and go route. That's why you saw the little pump there. Amerson knew he was beat, so he reached out and grabbed Gabriel just a little bit.
5 yards, ball wasn't in the air yet.
Tapped off, that's it.
On 1st down, McCown zips complete. This is Hawkins. Correction, that's Gabriel. 18 Gabriel.
Well, they all look the same. It's the all short wide receiver team, and we had fun with Travis Benjamin. I asked him who was the quickest. He thought it was Gabriel, and then I said, well, who's the fastest? And he goes, oh, well, that's me, no doubt about it. So I love them. They all have a little interesting skill set. They play bigger than their size, but their speed and quickness is really what separates them.
Hawkins listed 5'7", Gabriel listed 5'8". Benjamin towers over into 5'10". Burrell takes it and converts. 1st and 10, Cleveland. Woodson and Lofton combine on the stop.
Yeah, right up the middle here. Oakland's got their pass rush defensive line in, and Charles Woodson's down. I think he might have just aggravated that shoulder a little bit.
So Charles Woodson slow getting up for the 2nd time today. The 18-year pro.
You're going to see Woodson here. He's going to be the first guy to miss the tackle here. And looks like he just kind of falls right on that right arm right there. And man, I knew that hurt. Playing that safety with a shoulder injury. I mean, you got to use your shoulders all game long playing safety. That is just, he's a tough sucker. He really is. I got the ultimate respect for him as a person, a player. I enjoy talking to him. Like I said, first ballot Hall of Famer in my mind, no doubt about it.
Now Woodson at safety. Raiders D will try and move Cleveland out of the end zone again. Touchdown drive last time. Josh McCown, the Browns had it. McCown, back shoulder incomplete, intended for Travis Benjamin. Thorpe in coverage.
Well, and we talked about this is the Seattle defensive scheme with Ken Norton Jr. This is what they like to do. They want to stay on top of the receivers. They don't take a whole lot of chances. And they try to use their size and just straight ahead speed to shield people. Big Justin Tuck. You got Tuck, Matt, Aldon Smith on the field. That's 3 pretty good pass rushers in passing situations.
Mack and Smith draw the attention. Tuck had 65.5 career sacks. On 2nd and 10, McCown to the end zone, tipped and knocked away at the last second. Asante knocks it away.
Well, he's trying to squeeze it in. The other thing, too, is just McCown was under, he was under duress, Josh McCown again. Asante does a good job getting up to knock that ball, but he's lucky he didn't get really a late hit call there. He's looking around because he thought he might have got caught, like big Dan Williams.
Sword! 5-3. Sword!
Johnson in the backfield with McCown. McCown fumbles the football on top.
Mac Daddy, Khalil Mack, once again, they're making up for all their missed sacks the first 2 weeks. They are getting there here. And you'll see Mack, the spin move first, then around the edge to stay, the balance, the power, everything about the guy is remarkable. That's a big time play, it really is.
Schwartz gets back on top of it after the strip from Mack. Whew. Raiders bearing down. This is a 41-yard attempt. Travis Coons. And it is good. That is a new career long for Travis Coons. First year kicking. Khalil Mack and the Raiders. 27-13. Cleveland's West Side Market. Over 100 vendors offering a variety of foods, both healthy and otherwise.
Cleveland's a great city. I enjoy it. I really do. It's got a cool little downtown. You can walk wherever you want. There's lots of restaurants, lots of life going on at nighttime.
It's some pretty good bolognese.
You know it, I did.
We'll try this again. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims from Cleveland. 27-13 Raiders on the Browns. And think about that game-winning drive for Oakland last week in week 2, and you say, are the Raiders starting to turn a corner?
I do think they are, yes. And I think those can be the like you're saying, the springboard was last week to finally give them the confidence to say, you know what, we can do it no matter what the situation. Hey, on the road, at home, last minute of the game, whatever it is, that'll give the young quarterback, the young offensive players, all the confidence to say, at least, hey, we've been there, we've done it. Now it's just a matter of going out and executing on the field.
Coons kickoff, touchback. Raiders get it at the 20. Tomorrow on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Don't miss special guest, First Lady Michelle Obama, plus Mindy Kaling and John Legend tomorrow on The Late Show. Loving Stephen Colbert on The Late Show.
It's good. I of course, work in New York City 5 days a week, so it's cool to see, you saw the Letterman show there for so long. Now you see Colbert.
Slid right into it. We talk about the Raiders, and obviously much of this is around Derek Carr, but how do you evaluate the job Reggie McKenzie, general manager, has done putting this team together?
It's top-notch. I got the ultimate respect for Reggie McKenzie. The things he's done in the draft, free agency, but the young players, of course, Cooper, Carr, Mack, and then they're high-character guys as well. So you can depend on them. That's what I really love. And there's one of them right now. Yes, the other freak show on the offensive side of the ball, Amari Cooper.
First catch of the second half for Amari Cooper, the 4th overall pick by McKenzie and the Raiders.
I don't know why. If I was going to be critical of anything of the Raiders in the second half, is they need to go to this well a little bit more, because sometimes it's just as simple as your guy's better than their guy and let him go do his thing. But I know I've said it enough here, but I think everybody at home's, they're seeing it now. You got to see that this kid has got some special talent.
Talk about Reggie McKenzie, Oakland GM. First for the Raiders since Al Davis, 1963. That's Latavius Murray getting the first down handoff as he takes it to the 39. Randy Starks on the stop. So the game-winning drive, you beat the Ravens. Derek Carr takes him down the field last week after the INT game-winning TD. If Oakland wins this game, it will be the end of that streak where they've lost 11 straight true road games, 12 away from Oakland. And Jack Del Rio talked, and Derek Carr talked about a sense of validation of confidence.
Right.
How big would this be to get that road win and enter week 4 with a winning record.
Well, I think it now, like we were kind of just saying, it gives them the confidence no matter what the situation. And I think this Raider team, and people might call me crazy, I think they are a fringe playoff type football team. This is no longer the doormat of the NFL. They got a lot of the pieces to be competitive. I don't care who they play week in, week out. We saw Baltimore, they can play physical, and of course they got skill guys.
Holding. Offense, number 77. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
It's been since 2002, since they've been to the playoffs. That was, of course, the Super Bowl year. They lost to Tampa Bay, but that's the last playoff appearance for the Raiders.
It's pretty remarkable, really, because the Raiders have been one of the standout organizations in the NFL. But this is the new regime. All those years of struggle got nothing to do with Jack Del Rio and Derek Carr and Amari Cooper and Khalil Mack. So Del Rio pointed that out to us really quickly yesterday when we talked to him. And I said, yeah, of course it doesn't. What was I thinking?
He said, this team has not been on the road yet.
Right.
Carr on 2nd and 18 finds Amari Cooper again, shaking his way. Chance for us to head back to New York. JB and Tony.
Andrew Luck making amends for 2 picks.
Yeah, and he's coming back in a big way right here. Here's Dante Moncrief going up and getting that ball right there. 2 touchdowns in 56 seconds for the Colts. They take the lead out there, 28-27. Big comeback for Andrew Luck.
5:53 remaining in regulation. Back to Carter and Chris.
Turning into a shootout between Mariota and Luck.
Well, yeah, that's what Luck does. You think you got a beat, and he is Mr. Fourth Quarter. It looks like he might get pressure.
On 3rd and 11, back to Cooper again. Fumbles the football. Loose. Cleveland thinks they have it. Browns football. After the catch and fumble from Amari Cooper.
Wow. That is big. Amari Cooper, if there's one negative, he's dropped a few balls in the preseason, dropped a few balls the first 2 weeks of the year. That was a good hit regardless.
The Browns have a chance after the fumble from Amari Cooper instead of a conversion. Cleveland football down 2 touchdowns in the 4th. Christian Kirksey causes the fumble. John Hughes recovers it from Amari Cooper. So now Josh McCown and the Browns on 1st and 10. McCown, right after the first turnover of the game for either side, goes to Andrew Hawkins, the 5th-year pro from Toledo.
Well, it's a little bunch set that they like to run in Cleveland a lot. One guy goes to the corner. Hawkins goes out, runs a little 5-yard out route. McCown looked downfield, nothing was there, came to Hawkins.
After the Cooper fumble, Charles Woodson back on the field for the Raiders. Motion on the line prior to 2nd and 2.
Good job by Joe Thomas recognizing the guys in the neutral zone. That's why he moved.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense, number 99. 5-yard penalty, and the yardage is enough for a first down.
Joe Thomas knows a few tricks of the trade.
That is right. He's been around, one of the best left tackles in football. That's no surprise. But again, I think that's Josh McCown. You heard it. Hard count. He's doing everything he can to at least slow down Aldon Smith and Khalil Mack off the edge.
On 1st down, McCown delivers, sliding Travis Benjamin makes the grab at the 16. Nico Thorpe makes the stop.
Well, Travis Benjamin, this is skinny post up top. And a nice accurate throw by Josh McCown.
Browns hurry up with 7:21 on the clock. Confusion in the formation. McCown on 1st and 10. Knocked away at the last second. TJ Carey delivers the blow on Andrew Hawkins.
Well, and that's why TJ Carey's playing safety a little bit, because they needed help at the position. He, of course, was the starting corner, but can run, and for a corner, he tackles very well. So that's why they make the move, but it does help their pass defense.
From McCown after 7 for 15, the boos in the first half. Now 13 for 21, led the touchdown drive. As 2nd and 10, red zone again. Josh McCown, time to throw. This time he delivers a beauty to Gabriel. First and goal, Browns.
Well, you said it, Carter. That was a beauty because this is the only place he could throw it. DJ Hayden was in great coverage. He was all over it. But the perfect throw once again.
Yeah.
First and goal for the Browns. Hurry up, McCown in the shotgun.
180, 180.
Looking to pass on first and goal, incomplete. That was Barnage intended again in the back of the end zone, incomplete. DJ Hayden in coverage.
Yeah, McCown will be angry at himself tomorrow when he sees that because he had him. He had the touchdown throw here. He's trying to be safe. It's in the end zone. He's trying to throw it up high just in case the ball gets deflected. It goes out of the back of the end zone. That's what you're taught. High in the back, low in the front. But he was just a little too high there.
5 plays this drive, all passes. McCown, second goal, slant. Benjamin, touchdown! Travis Benjamin wins the wrestling match at the goal line with DJ Hayden. Josh McCown trying to lead the Browns to a fourth quarter comeback.
Well, great job just putting the ball right on the body of Travis Benjamin. Again, pretty good coverage. Benjamin does a good job just showing some strength there and reaching the ball out over the end zone. But McCown, it's like ever since the Johnny chant started, he's been on point. And that's why you don't make the change. Hey, you're trying to frame your football team into something positive, not a media frenzy. And McCown is playing really well right now with the big mistake by Amari Cooper in the fumble.
Travis Coons boots it through. After the Amari Cooper fumble, Josh McCown to Travis Benjamin to pull the Browns within a touchdown. Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims back in Cleveland. Josh McCown. And you said as soon as the band started chanting Johnny, Josh McCown turned on like a flashlight. You just flip that switch.
Well, he understands the situation. He knows the city of Cleveland wants to see Johnny Manziel. They drafted Manziel in the first round. And he understood the situation that he needed a big-time drive regardless just to help the football team, but he has responded to that pressure.
Touchback, Taiwan Jones never saw it. Tomorrow, catch a new Life in Pieces, the most watched new comedy of the season after a new Big Bang Theory here on CBS.
Well, you know, the thing here now, Carter, we talked about the Raiders with the stepping stone last week. Now, hey, young football team, can you put a game away? Because that's a skill in itself. Amari Cooper, rookie receiver, fumbles last drive. Now this is a different situation. Just as much pressure as last week. You got to be careful, but yet you want to get first downs and keep Cleveland's offense off the football. So this is a new little situation that the Oakland Raiders have to master.
Caller on first down, Latavius Murray straight ahead. After the catch and fumble from Amari Cooper, do you make an effort to get it back into the hands of Amari Cooper?
No, I don't think you go out of your way to do it. Of course, if you see a matchup you like, he's still your go-to guy. You can't be scared to throw him the ball. And he's the type of guy, we've met him, he's all business. He probably wants the ball badly right now just to get the bad taste out of his mouth.
Safe to say intense and focused, Amari Cooper?
Oh, I love it because he's not worried about building his brand or his Twitter handle. He just wants to play football and catch the ball from Derek Carr.
Another 300-plus day for Derek Carr passing. 2nd and 6, another chance for Carr to throw. Pressure, flag down. Carr dumps it to the sideline as Randy Starks was bringing the pressure on Derek Carr.
Yeah, and I think that's who they're going to get for holding. Jamarcus Webb holding Randy Starks.
Holding. Offense. Number 76. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
Well, your right guard there, you see him Jamarcus Webb. Nice move by Randy Starks, and then Jamarcus Webb. Yes, you get your hands out there on the shoulder like that, refs are going to call it every time.
It was a 2-touchdown lead for Oakland. They were closing in on icing their first win in the Eastern time zone since 2009. Now it's a touchdown game. Pressure bearing down from the dog pound on Derek Carr and the Raiders. Murray slips away, only gets to the 15. It'll be 3rd and long. Rolling under 5.5 left.
Well, this is a big play call for Musgrave, Derek Carr. You want to get the first down, of course, Carter, on 3rd and 15, but at the same time, you don't want to turn the ball over.
Carter Blackburn, Chris Sims, producer Steve McKee, director Andy Freeman, our NFL and CBS crew from Cleveland, where Derek Carr and the Raiders face 3rd and 15. Carr checks down, that's complete. Lee Smith rolling across the 20. Cleveland will get the football back. Down a touchdown, less than 5 to go. All 3 timeouts left for the Browns plus a 2-minute warning.
Well, this is a zone defense. Look at all the guys standing up far off the ball. 3-man rush, 8 men in coverage. They wanted to see the quarterback and make sure they can go rally to whoever catches the football.
And the always dangerous Travis Benjamin, who had the touchdown grab upon return for a TD last week. Marquette King hits it at the 13. Benjamin waits for the fair catch. Fumbles it. Benjamin appears to get on top.
Uh-oh.
The Raiders have the football. It is Oakland Raider football.
Wow.
After the muff from Benjamin. Ball gets on top of it.
Rolling on the field is a left kick by the receiving team. Recovered by the kicking team. First down.
Well, we're just seeing some young player mistakes here late in the football game. A short punt by Marquette. Benjamin in good position. It was kind of a knuckler, I will say that. But he just simply dropped it. And Nyron Ball comes up with the recovery.
Somehow slips away from Benjamin after he initially gets on top of it.
Yeah, initially gets on top of it, but it looks like he kind of pulled it down and almost pushed it right through his body.
Benjamin after the tremendous week 2, the touchdown grab. Muffing the punt, giving it right back to the Raiders. Ball from inside the 45. Latavius Murray. So Oakland will be in prime position to go back up by 2 scores, rolling to 3:45.
Yeah, and knowing Jack Del Rio, a defensive football coach, I would expect you might see 3 straight runs right here, right in a row. You got Sebastian Janikowski. I mean, the city of Pittsburgh's in his range as far as field goal kicks go. You work the clock and hope to get up 2 scores and really put Cleveland in a tough position.
Earlier you said Oakland, isn't that up to Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Not all the way across the country. He's getting up there in age. He's lost a little range.
2nd and 6. Here's Murray on the 2nd down run. Widner makes the stop.
Now, if you do call a pass play here, you call something very high percentage. And this is the type of situation, too. You just tell Derek Carr, hey, he's either wide open, you hit him with the throw. If it's not there, tuck it and run, or just throw it away altogether. But you don't take any risks here as a quarterback.
Raiders in no rush.
And I really think you might see a run again. The numbers are favorable to running the football.
Instead, Carr, the pass on 3rd and 5. Throws it incomplete. It was intended for Amari Cooper. 2:37. Hayden there in coverage. And it'll be Janikowski coming out to make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, and the only reason I might have ran the football there, and I'm not going to second guess Bill Musgrave or Jack Del Rio, but just again, maybe to get a few yards closer for Janikowski. Not saying that it's a huge difference, but just make it a little easier on him.
Benjamin is back on the field goal attempt from Janikowski.
Yep, just in case, if it's short, maybe Cleveland's being a little cautious of maybe a little quick squib punt.
Delay again. Offense.
There you go. So Del Rio doesn't want to kick it in case he misses. Doesn't want to give the Cleveland Browns the field position to go down and get that tying score. He's a defensive coach, and he's saying, you know what, defense, go out there and put the game away.
So rather than the Janikowski attempt to make it a two-score game.
Cleveland elects to decline the previous foul. Brings up 4th down for the previous spot.
But bottom line, it's Marquette King coming on the punt.
Right. Well, Cleveland declines the punt because they don't want to give Marquette King any extra room to try to pin it down. This makes it harder on the punter. And I have no issue with this decision by Jack Del Rio at all. His defense has been pretty solid the whole game. He's going to try to pin them down here and make Josh McCown and the Cleveland Brown offense drive the length of the field and score a touchdown.
And King and Benjamin. Bounces inside the 5. And it is downed at the 1.
Oh, that was close.
Just barely downed at the 1. Marquette King does his job, and the Raiders punt unit gets down there.
I think the thing to watch here is if does Taiwan Jones' foot hit the end zone here before he tosses it back. Because if it does, that becomes a touchback.
Ooh, that close.
It was really close. I think he got it out of his hand just in time.
So Jones knocks it back, and then McGill recovers it at the 1.
Man, is that close. He could challenge it.
2:26.
There it goes.
Still a challenge opportunity. Pettin does throw the challenge flag just ahead of the 2-minute warning.
Where's the fucking cop?
The challenge comes out. The issue, is it a touchback or is it at the 1? So the difference is 19 yards.
Yes. And it's really just all about, let's watch this left foot. Is the ball out of his hand before that left foot touches the end zone?
Cleveland is challenging and ruling on the field as to the dead ball spot on the last play.
And again, ruling on the field is foot not down, no touchback down at the 1.
It doesn't get any closer. I'll just say right now, I think it's going to be so close that they're going to say there's not enough evidence to overturn the original call.
That's the standard, the indisputable visual evidence.
Oh, I don't know. It looks like it might be touching his finger there. If it's touching his finger still.
It's going to be Cleveland ball, either at the 1 or at the 20. They're actually going to spot it at the 2. So the difference between the 2-yard line and the 20-yard line. Browns are going to have a chance. 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. It's the question of,
it's really just there at the end. Are the referees going to deem that ball out of his hand before the foot touches?
Let's bring in Mike Carey to discuss that touchback or downed at the 2. Mike?
A real close one. And here's the rule. It's not does he have control of the ball, is he touching the ball when he's touching in the end zone? Because that makes it dead in the end zone. Because the player is touching in the end zone, it makes it dead immediately. So that's what they're looking for. Was he still in contact with the ball when his foot touched inside the end zone?
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands as called. Cleveland's ball on the 2-yard line. Cleveland will be charged with its first timeout.
So not confirmed, but it stands.
Yes, and that's because they needed pure evidence that he was still in contact with the ball while his foot was in the end zone.
Mike, thank you very much.
You're the man, Mike. Man, you look good today, dressed there. But that was a good challenge by Mike Pettin. He doesn't want his offense to start backed up on their own 2-yard line and have to go 98 yards.
So they lose the timeout. 2 left for Cleveland plus the 2-minute warning. Josh McCown from the end zone. Deep shot downfield. Incomplete. Benjamin was running free. McCown couldn't quite get it there.
Sorry, I got a little excited there. But Benjamin ran a little double move up top, and Josh McCown had him. Little slant go, sluggo, what we call in the NFL. But Josh McCown's either got to just put it out there farther or maybe more on a line and just get the ball into Benjamin's hand. But there's TJ Carey, the range at the back end. That's why they moved him to safety in Oakland.
2nd and 10 from the 2. McCown delivers complete. That's Hawkins shaking his way near the first down.
And the big thing there too, you know, Carter, Nico Thorpe, there's no reason to even jump the double move. That's another thing, you know, young team, you got to realize the situation. What's the point of taking the risk to jump a 5-yard route when a 90-yarder could tie the game?
Move the chains, 1st and 10, 2:14. McCown with pressure coming on 1st down. Tipped and incomplete, 2:09.
To Nico Autry. Nice job getting it. We've seen it a few times today. The Raiders have done a very good job realizing, hey, we're not going to get to the quarterback. Let's read his delivery and get a hand up. And Autry, another one of these good defensive linemen they got here in Oakland.
2nd year out of Mississippi State.
Another good SEC D lineman. They grow on trees in the SEC.
McCown on 2nd and 10 over the middle. That's complete. Duke Johnson out of the backfield, so he gets to the 17. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Can Cleveland close out the drive? Can the Raiders close out a road win? Coming up next, Bears, Seahawks, or the Bills battle the Dolphins right here on your home for Super Bowl 50, CBS Sports.
My dad, Big Phil, is out there in Seattle for the Bears and Seahawks.
Early start this morning.
180! Tuesday.
This is 3rd and 5. Josh McCown, complete to the 35. That's hard line again. 1:50 to go. 2 timeouts left for the Browns. They lost one on the challenge. Asante makes the stop. Down a touchdown from their own 36. McCown scrambles and dumps it out of bounds with 1:30.
Good job by Josh McCown there. There was nothing open down the field. Well, here's the keys to the game, and you know, I think right now you look at it, Cooper, Crabtree, they've done what they're supposed to. We said they got to expose the pass game a little bit or win their matchups and man-to-man coverage. Defense getting the 4 sacks. Cleveland, we thought they'd have, I thought they'd have to have a little more success in the pass game to win. Only 3 plays and 20-plus yards. They've gotten it going here as of late, but also Cleveland's defense stopping the rush. Have not been successful at doing that, and I think that's why we're seeing Oakland. Oakland's keys to the game. They've been successful, and Cleveland not quite there yet.
Raiders pressure again. McCown completes to midfield. It is caught. Marlon Moore hauls it in with 1:20. Josh McCown got the start. His first home start as a Cleveland Brown. Now can he lead the touchdown drive? With 1:04 left, 2 timeouts. McCown dragging over the middle. That's Duke Johnson. Makes the first man miss. Johnson knocked out of bounds. 55 seconds left. Johnson shoved out by Curtis Lofton.
Wow, great job by Duke Johnson. Duke Johnson really just running a little halfback burst route is what we would call in the NFL, crossing the underneath. And this was a real good block by the receiver out there. It looked like it was Taylor Gabriel on TJ Carey. That gave Johnson a chance to get a few extra yards after the catch.
1st and 10 from the Oakland 31. Drones in the backfield with Josh McCown. Tries it again. Finds Drone out of the backfield. Wrapped up immediately at the 30. TJ Carey makes the stop. Timeout Cleveland. They'll have one timeout left with 49 seconds remaining. Carey drops Drone immediately.
Yes, and you got to be conscious of that if you're an Oakland Raiders defender right now. You want to funnel everybody inside. Don't let them get out of bounds. Nice tackle by TJ Carey. They moved him back to the corner position here for the little 2-minute drill. Played safety the majority of the game. Time-wise, Cleveland is okay. 49 seconds. They're on the 29-yard line. They don't need to rush. This is when it gets hard to actually score touchdowns here because, of course, Oakland's defense, they're going to back up. They're going to try to keep Cleveland's offense in front of them.
Josh McCown, his 9th NFL stop 4 years ago in the UFL with the Hartford Colonials. A chance to make a lot of friends in Cleveland. On 2nd and 8, he is sacked. Clock rolling 43 seconds. 5th sack of the day.
Call timeout. They do.
Deron Ball gets the sack.
Takes the third and final timeout. This is a 30-second timeout.
We thought they needed to get some pressure on the quarterback if they wanted to win the game. These are the situations you want that pressure. But great job. The guy we called his name twice here, Nuron Bell. Big bumble recovery, gets the sack. You know, and I know I've said it a lot, but again, just more of the impressive front 7 people this Oakland Raiders football team has. It's a credit to the defensive coaching staff and, of course, Reggie McKenzie. They draft.
Stay tuned for the NFL Today update presented by FanDuel. Time permitting. .43 seconds. 3rd and 14. Josh McCown. The deep shot. Benjamin. Intercepted. Inside the 15. It's Charles Woodson.
There he is. HOF. Hall of Famer. And I'll say this too on the back and the front end. Khalil Mack did not allow Josh McCown to step into the throw quite the way he wanted to. It's cover 2. He's trying to drive a ball between the corner and the safety. You're going to see Khalil Mack to your left come underneath. It was really him and Justin Tuck, I believe. It looked like he got 2 feet in. Hey, he did play receiver in college. That's how he won the Heisman. But unbelievable. Ball skills, banged up shoulder, great job.
The 61st career INT for Charles Woodson will seal a road win for the Raiders. They had lost 11 straight on the road, 12 straight away from Oakland. Woodson has the INT to seal it. That's 18 straight seasons with a pick for Charles Woodson. The Raiders will win it 27-20. First in Cleveland since '85. First road win since November 2013. First in the Eastern time zone since December 2009 at Pittsburgh. How big a win for the Raiders franchise?
Well, it's huge. Again, another springboard just to cross that hurdle as a franchise. All the young players to say, oh, we can beat Baltimore Ravens type football teams. We can win on the road. We can have clutch 4th quarter drives. And yeah, our defense can get clutch 4th quarter stops as well. But the talent is here. And like I said, I think this Raider team is going to be a pain in the butt for a lot of teams around the NFL all year long.
And look at the respect for Charles Woodson on both sides from everyone in the National Football League. What a moment to come back twice. Left the game because he's banged up, still battling that shoulder injury, but he, with his 61st career INT, seals the road win for the Raiders.
Yeah, he's the man, and you know, all these young guys, they look to him for leadership. He makes the play that closes it out.
The final score, Raiders 27, Browns 20. Now it's time for the NFL Today update presented